Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Jim McAbee Field on the campus of North Medford High School in beautiful Medford, Oregon. It's a great day for some Southwest Conference baseball. We get ready for a showdown between Roseburg and the North Medford Black Tornado. A Southwest Conference showdown between the second-place team and the fourth-place team, and both these teams looking to try and right the ship after a little bit of a streak that hasn't been in their favor. Roseburg comes into today's matchup 10-5 overall this season, 7-2 in conference play, ranked number 8 by the OSAA. As for the North Medford Black Tornado, 3-6 in conference play, 8-10 overall this year, ranked 29th in the OSAA power rankings. Beautiful day for baseball, and we welcome you into today's broadcast here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score and streaming with video online at 541radio.com. I'm Joey Kieran. Happy to be with you guys here today. Along with me, Josh Nelson helping out with the video production today. Back in the studio is Cruz Ibanez running things on the radio side for today's production. Beautiful day down here in Medford. The sun is shining. We decided to soak it in as we sit in the grandstands behind home plate, getting ready for today's matchup. Single game, 7 innings in the books for us here today. Roseburg coming in off of back-to-back losses to South Eugene on Saturday. That gave the Axe sole possession of first place in the Southwest Conference. Roseburg falling one game behind South Eugene in the conference standings. As for North Medford, they've come in with a 5-game losing streak, trying to right the ship there. We'll see what the Black Tornado have in store for us here today. Roseburg with 2 wins against North Medford earlier this season, a 4-3 victory in Game 1 of a doubleheader and 4-0 in Game 2. Both those games played back in Roseburg at Legion Field. We'll see if the Indians could pull off the season sweep. They almost had it last year, but came up just shy of making the season sweep a year ago. They'll try for it here this afternoon. As we get ready to get to our play-by-play coverage today, I want to remind you that today's ball game is streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Watch the action for free on our website there for 541radio.com, 1490 The Score homepage. You can also check out our YouTube channel. Just search 1490 The Score on YouTube, and you'll find us there. Give us a subscribe and follow Roseburg sports action throughout the season on our YouTube channel. But as we get ready for it, we're going to take a break. When we come back in the pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with assistant coach Tim Sester as the assistants filling in for head coach Troy Thompson, who continues to have to deal with some personal matters away from the ball field. He's good and will be back soon, but dealing with some family things. So we wish him the best and hopefully able to get back here to the team in no time, but expecting to see him here later this week with the team. So it'll be assistant coach Tim Sester in our pregame coaches interview coming up when we return. 2-minute break and be back with more Roseburg baseball at North Medford, streaming on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back here with more of our pregame on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score and streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Getting ready for another Southwest Conference game for the Roseburg Indians as they make the trip down here to Medford to square off with the Black Tornado. And joining us here in the pregame is assistant coach Tim Sester here. And Coach, obviously not the result that anybody was hoping for there on Saturday. I guess kind of one of the silver linings. You guys did put yourself in position to win a couple of games at South Eugene, but couldn't close the deal. What was some of the messages you tried to kind of give the kids after a tough day on the road in Southwest Conference play?
Got to move on. You know, our what's in front of us is North Medford, and you know, Saturday's gone. You know, good ball club, South Eugene, and good baseball. You know, we just came up short and didn't close the game. And we got to have short-term memory and move on to the Tornado. Just another great opportunity for us, and we're excited to be here.
In Southwest Conference play, it's never an easy thing to be able to win on the road. But when you've got moments like that, kind of how devastating can it be if you let it stick in your head to let a couple of games go where you guys were in a position to win?
Yeah, it's tough. You know, we got everything out of our guys, and continuing to play, continue to get big hits, and make some plays behind our pitcher, and those are things that we got to swallow and move on to today, and take care of those things. And that's the nice thing about baseball. It's so quick to your next game, and like I said, we got to have short-term memory and move on to what's in front of us.
From what you can tell, how do the guys seem to be doing that process?
They're excited. Another great day of practice, and squash some things from Saturday, and time to move on. And we can't worry about that. And North Medford's another great club, and like you said, with our league, and anybody can beat anybody. We got to show up, and that's the bottom line.
For you guys coming in here against North Medford today, we've seen the defense continue. I think we talked about it before the game against South Eugene. Defense has had some issues here lately. What kind of seems to be the direction you guys are heading there?
It's more reps and continuing to get better at practice, and that's baseball. We're going to make mistakes, and it's what we do with our opportunities. We've had lots of opportunities to take care of some of those things. We just got to make a big play, and we're going to get all we can from Zymet today. And again, we got to have his back, and got to get some key hits, and it'll work itself out.
Today, North Medford, the opponent, the Black Tornado, maybe a down year by their standards, but you mentioned you can never take anybody lightly in this conference. What do you expect to see from them today?
We're going to see a scrappy club. They're always going to be in games, and down, up, records don't matter. In my opinion, in our league, anybody can beat anybody. You can't just show up to the yard. Teams are too good and they're coached too well. And, we got to be on our A game today.
All right. Well, we look forward to it today. That's Coach Tim Sester. Thanks so much for the time. Twist my tongue there. We're ready to go for first pitch here coming up as Roseburg takes on North Medford in another Southwest Conference matchup. And as you can tell, bit of a windy one out here today at Jim McAbee Field in Medford as we get ready to go for first pitch between Roseburg and North Medford. Taking a look at the temperature of things today, beautiful sun shining down on us. Just a few puffy clouds in the sky, but other than that, it is all sunshine and blue skies here at the ball field today. Looking at about 69 degrees here as we get ready for first pitch. High temperature right around 70 degrees today, so not necessarily the warmest of days, but man, you cannot tell, especially here in the grandstands with the black grandstands, painted black here. It really reflects the heat, sucks it in, and makes it feel like a pretty warm one today here at the ballpark with the sun shining down on us as we make our way towards first pitch between Roseburg and North Medford. It's actually only going to get hotter here in Medford this week, expecting temperatures up in the 80s by Saturday for the Medford area. And for North Medford, they will be on the road against Sheldon on Saturday, so I guess the temperatures here at home not going to be a big deal for them coming up this weekend. But a very breezy day when it picks up. It is whipping all over the place. The American flag out in left field right now blowing straight out at the scoreboard out in left field. And so the ball may carry just a little bit today. It definitely could get knocked down by the wind if you try to go to right field. It could also push balls out of play down that left field line in today's action. So windy one, as you could hear there in the pregame coach's interview with Coach Tim Sester, as we get our way towards first pitch. Waiting for the field to get taken care of after infield warm-ups for both teams. And then we'll get ready for our first pitch coming up here in a moment. While we've got a second, let's go ahead and take a look at our Supercuts starting lineup. Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. Let's check out first the visiting team, the Roseburg Indians. Roseburg, led by head coach Troy Thompson, although not with the team here today, but coaches Tim Sester and Richie Charles have been longtime assistant coaches under Coach Thompson, and the lineup they will put together today does feature a familiar but new face. Leading things off, it'll be Spencer Six, today's catcher for Roseburg, followed by Caden Johnson, the shortstop. Dorian Gillespie will play in right field, bats third, followed by Zach Mandera, the third baseman. Jet Black is in center field batting fifth, and the new familiar face, Jonathan Stone, back from injury. He suffered an injury in the first game of Southwest Conference play against North Medford. That was at home. Game one of a doubleheader. Stone went down with a knee injury, but he is back today. First game back off that injury. Stone will bat sixth and play at first base. Jay Stoffel will move into the DH position, hitting seventh, followed by the eight-hitter, Mason Littlefield. And Luke Van Norman, the second baseman, rounds out the starting lineup playing at second base. Your starting pitcher today is Garrett Zymet, and he will get DH'd for by Jay Stoffel. That is the visiting starting lineup. As for the home team, is the wind really picking up today here at the ballpark, blowing around the cover on the outfield fence, and there goes maybe one of the signs from the fencing here at Jim McAbee Field in Medford. That thing is just going straight up, and wow. So wind, it must be circling here pretty good. That tarp, I think, is what it is. That's pretty crazy. Pretty wild stuff here as the wind really whipping around at the ball field this afternoon. Let's take a look at North Medford's starting lineup behind head coach Brett Wolf in his 25th year. Leading things off, the shortstop, Josh Baptiste, followed by second baseman Jeremiah Huffman. The center fielder, Ryan Sandoval, will bat third, followed by Brady Buchanan, the third baseman, in the cleanup position. The DH, hitting for starting left fielder Owen Grafton, is Jet Carpenter. He'll bat fifth. Tavin Passy is the catcher, batting sixth, followed by the right fielder in the seventh spot, Ryan Kluk. Devin Grafton's the first baseman. He'll hit eighth, followed by the nine-hitter Cody Bourgine, today's starting pitcher for North Medford. And that is your Supercuts starting lineups. Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. That tarp is only going higher and higher into the air. That is amazing. The wind has really taken that tarp quite some distance. It is now starting to make its descent and will land likely in someone's backyard in the residential area here near North Medford High School. Holy smokes, that's going to end up quite a ways away from the ball field. What an impressive feat of Mother Nature there. That thing's just still going. I mean, I could do play-by-play of this all afternoon. That thing is just soaring high like an eagle. Wow. I don't know what else to say, really, actually. I am impressed. It's almost like it's a UFO just hovering in the air, just hanging out. Wow. Getting ready to go. Lineups have been exchanged at home plate. Let's go ahead and take our final break of the pregame show. We'll be back after this 2-minute break. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Stay tuned for more Roseburg basketball on radio.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
First inning, a single game today between Roseburg and North Medford. Lefty versus lefty matchup. First pitch swinging for Spencer, 6, and that's right down the right field line into the corner. It's extra bases for 6, who heads into second, takes a look, and he'll put on the brakes, head back to the bag. And first pitch swinging for Spencer, 6, against the starting pitcher, Bourgine. Cody Bourgine gives up a double down the right field line, and that ball gets things started early. Hard one into the right field corner, giving Kluk out there a long way to run. Spencer, 6, gets on base. For Spencer this season, came in batting .304. That'll be his third double of the year. And Roseburg early on trying to get the offense going. A man in scoring position. The bunt laid down by Caden Johnson, and he's on safely. Off the mound, Bourgine takes too long to get there. An infield single for Caden, and up to third base goes Spencer, 6. And 2 pitches into this ball game, Roseburg has runners on the corner. Bourgine had to come off the mound. Johnson lays that one third base side. Long way to go for the pitcher, and the third baseman had to stay home to protect the bag in case they tried to go that way to get the out, with 6 running from second. And it was a long way to go for Bourgine to get to that ball and make the play to first base. Runners at first and third for Roseburg. Nobody out. Top of the first against North Medford. And Doran Gillespie will stand in, and he takes the first pitch for ball 1. We are underway, top of the first, in today's ball game between Roseburg and North Medford. Cody Bourgine on the mound, the lefty. Threw a couple of times over the weekend in relief as a line drive shot gets into left field past the third baseman Buchanan. 1 run will come in, and it's an RBI single for Doran Gillespie, and Roseburg takes a 1-0 lead in the first inning on 3 straight hits against Bourgine. Coming in to score, Spencer, 6. Up to second goes Johnson, and this has been a torrid pace to start out the ballgame for Roseburg. Into left field, Owen Grafton gets to it. 6 came around to score. Johnson at second, Gillespie at first. Double, single, single here to start out the top of the first inning for the Indians. Batting next will be Zach Mandera. Doran Gillespie picking up his 7th RBI of the season. Mandera comes in with 9, looking to get to double digits. Only man in double digits for RBIs right now are Jay Stoffel and Jet Black. Nobody out so far. First pitch swinging for Mandera. He fouls it down the third base side. So 6 with a double to lead things off down the right field line, followed by a bunt single by Caden Johnson. That put runners at first and third. Doran Gillespie then a line drive to left field. Drives in 1. Nobody out. And the Indians leading 1-0. Runners at first and second, nobody down. We'll run around the lineup, or the defense here for North Medford in this first inning if we get the chance. Scoring the bunt now, Mandera fouls it off, and it's an 0-2 count for Roseburg's cleanup hitter. Mandera coming in, batting at .378 on the season in the cleanup spot. Behind the plate, Tavin Passy catching for North Medford. Devin Grafton at first. Jeremiah Huffman at second, Josh Baptiste at short, Brady Buchanan at third. We'll get you the outfield after the next pitch. The 0-2 delivery for Mandera. Swing, and he fouls it off again to stay alive. In the outfield from left to right for North Medford, Owen Grafton, Ryan Sandoval, and Ryan Kluk. And they are starting lineup for the defense here in the top of the first inning. North Medford wearing their home white uniforms, white tops, white trousers, black socks with the horizontal red stripes. The lefty delivers in. That ball popped up in the air to center field. Sandoval camping underneath it for out number 1. Mandero will fly out to center field. Battled a bit there, fouling off a number of pitches, but couldn't square one up. Runner still at first and second for Roseburg. Neither runner advancing on the fly ball out. One away as the wind calms down and the temperature feels like it rises. That tarp, by the way, it's out of viewing distance. It's in the next county. California, enjoy our trash. The first pitch now for Jet Black. He swings and pops one high in the air, shallow right field. Calling for it is the second baseman. Huffman will make the grab in right field. That was not shallow right field. That wasn't just over in the grass. That is a second baseman playing right field. Jet on the first pitch flies out, and there's 2 down. Roseburg starting out with 3 straight hits against Bourgine. A couple of pop-ups in the last 2 at-bats, 2 away with runners at first and second. And for the first time in quite some time, Jonathan Stone gets an at-bat. Stone going down in the first game of the doubleheader against North Medford back on April 6th. He has not played since. Makes his first appearance for Roseburg here, and he takes a pitch low and inside for ball 1. Roseburg's leading hitter last year in the batting average category, hit in the cleanup spot most of the season. They'd love to get that bat back in the lineup. He takes in the dirt again. Ball gets away from Passy going to third. Johnson in safely. No throw. Passy collecting the ball down the third base line. 2-0 count now for Stone. Wild pitch moving Johnson up to third. Gillespie still at first, 2 away. Top of the first inning, Roseburg leading 1-0. The Indians wearing their black tops, gray trousers. Roseburg across the chest in script orange, numbers in orange on the back. The 2-0 pitch to Stone, high and away for ball 3. Gillespie at first with a 3-0 count. Johnson at third. Stone likely taking all the way here. Bourgine misses the strike zone outside, and that's ball 4 to load the bases. First walk issued in the ball game for Bourgine. Cody Bourgine mentioned he had a couple of relief appearances on Saturday against South Medford. Pitched in both of them, but he didn't pitch very much. Had full availability today. Has all 110 pitches in his holster today, although he has already worked through 13 pitches here in the first inning. Batting next for Roseburg will be Jay Stoffel, and the DH takes on the first pitch for ball 1. A 1-0 count. Another one misses. Makes it 2 balls, no strikes for Stoffel. That is 6 straight pitches outside the zone for Bourgine, who is laboring through the first. Stoffel hitting as the DH. He's got a great batting average at .371. He takes high and away for ball 3. And Roseburg up on the front line on the dugout. They are making sure they are heard as Bourgine continues to struggle to find the strike zone. A 3-0 count with the bases loaded and 2 down. He's got to find the strike zone here to avoid walking in a run. Roseburg already up 1-0, top of the first inning from North Medford. 3-0 pitch to Stoffel. Takes for a strike. First strike in for Bourgine. And, well, that would be 8 pitches. Gillespie leads the team in RBI with 12. He could pick up one here with a base hit, but he takes on the outside corner for strike 2. So full count pitch coming here with 2 down. Bases loaded. Roseburg's runners will be taking off on the delivery to the plate. The 3-2. Stoffel fouls it down the right field side, and that ball will get out of play, and we'll do it again. 3 hits so far here in the first for Roseburg. They have given Garrett Zimet, the sophomore starter for Roseburg, a little bit of a lead to work with. Not much, though. They'd like to capitalize more with the offense they've put up so far here in the first. not leave 3 men on base. The 3-2 pitch again. That line drive will get down in left field. 1 run in. Coming around third is Gillespie. Stone up to third base. He'll hold there, and it's a 2-run single with 2 outs for Jay Stoffel, and Roseburg will add 2 more to lead 3-0 here in the top of the first. Stoffel adding to his RBI total, now 14 on the year. Johnson scoring from third. Gillespie scoring from second. Stone first to third on the play. Runners on the corners with 1 away in the top of the first inning. And a visit to the mound now for the coaching staff for North Medford. Stoffel just waited for a good pitch, fouling off 1, watching 3 pitches go by. And he was able to square that one up nicely. Just a nice, easy line drive over the top of the shortstop, out into left center field alley. Didn't get very deep, but didn't have to with the bases loaded and the runners going. Stone at third, Stoffel at first, and the 8-hitter Mason Littlefield will bat. Littlefield bringing up his average, batting 150 now on the season. He had been in an 0-for-12 streak, but he was able to snap out of it against South Eugene, went 2-for-5 on Saturday against the Axe. Throw to the plate from the lefty. Bourgine is in the dirt to Littlefield. Starts out the at-bat for Roseburg's 8-hitter. Indians looking to send 9 hitters to the plate here if they can get through Littlefield. The 1-0 outside and low to go to a 2-0 count. No action in the bullpen yet for North Medford, but it is just the first inning here. I'm sure they'd like to see Bourgine get things going and be able to stay in the game. 2-0, cuts from the outside to the inside, from the lefty to the righty for a called strike. And Littlefield finds himself with a 2-1 count, still ahead in the at-bat. Mason with no RBIs yet, trying to pick up one here. Rolls one to second or short and to second base for the final out. Baptiste to Huffman will retire the side. But Roseburg strikes 3 times here in the top of the first inning to take a 3-0 lead over North Medford. After a half inning, it's 3-0. We'll see what North Medford has in store against Garrett Zimet when we return with the bottom of the first after this 60-second break on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
3 runs on 4 hits for Roseburg in the top of the first. Go to the bottom of the first inning. Roseburg baseball today brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Garrett Zimet on the mound for Roseburg. 21 innings worked. He's got a 2-1 record, 1 save on the season. He has a 1.67 ERA, 19 strikeouts, 11 walks on the season. Zimet will face Josh Baptiste, Jeremiah Huffman, and Ryan Sandoval to lead things off for North Medford in the bottom of the first with a 3-0 lead. The righty on the mound will fire the first pitch in for a strike, and we're underway in the bottom of the first inning. Josh Baptiste, the shortstop, leading things off. Baptiste versus Roseburg the first time around in that doubleheader, went 2 for 7. Had 2 strikeouts in that ball game as he fouls one off against Zimet in that doubleheader, I should say. Baptiste finds himself with an 0-2 count, leading things off for North. Setting up outside and not able to get the call. That pitch just out off the plate, according to the home umpire. Spencer Six on the outside edge trying to get Baptiste to chase after it or see if they could get a call. Zimet quickly into the windup, fires in. It's a bounder to the right side. Van Norman to first. Oh! just not in time. A step behind the speedy Baptiste. That ball took a while to get to Van Norman. He charged it, fielded it right at the edge of the grass, but took a second to get to first, and Baptiste will beat out an infield single. And that'll put a runner on at first for North Medford as they try to climb their way back in, trailing 3-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Jeremiah Huffman, the second baseman, lay down a bunt first base side. It'll be fielded by Stone. He turns and looks to second. No chance to get the runner there. A sacrifice bunt by Huffman. Went a long way down the first base line, but it accomplishes its goal, making the only play for Roseburg's defense at first base. Sack bunt moves a man into scoring position. One away for Ryan Sandoval, the three-hitter. Zymit's pitch is upstairs for ball one. Behind the plate catching for Roseburg today, Spencer Six, as he has been all season long. Out at first, Jonathan Stone back there after a lengthy layoff due to injury. Luke Van Norman at second, Caden Johnson at short, and Zach Bandera back at third for the start here today. The 1-0 pitch got him on the front arm. That one grazing Ryan Sandoval. He didn't even seem to think he was hit. Sandoval wasn't trying to call for it. Didn't look like it hurt him. He almost looked like he just thought it was going to be inside for ball two. Instead, it grazes his front arm and sends him down to first. Runners at first and second now. Hit by pitch there for Zymit. Runners at first and second, one away. Roseburg looking for a ground ball to finish things off here in the bottom of the first. Brady Buchanan, the third baseman, will step in. Lefty takes low and inside for ball one. In the outfield for Roseburg today, Mason Littlefield in left, Jet Black in center, and Doran Gillespie in right field. Zymit's 1-0 pitch to Buchanan. Gets underneath it. This one out to shallow right center. Coming in, Jet Black will get to it. He'll throw to third. It's picked up by Mandera there on the one hop away from the bag, and that is a single for Buchanan. Second base hit in the first inning. And North Medford wasting no time trying to get back into this ball game. They've got the bases loaded. One away. Roseburg only needs a ground ball for a possible double play to try and get out of this, but threatening early on, North Medford has him juiced. Jeb Carpenter, the DH, will stand in, and the first pitch to him is outside. Carpenter against Roseburg the first time in the doubleheader went 0 for 4 with a pair of walks and a strikeout. He gets underneath one here. That's straight up in the air. Six will give chase up against the screen. He runs out of room. That foul ball will get out of play. 1-1 count for Carpenter with the bases loaded and one down. Carpenter pitched, starting pitcher against South Medford in Game 2 of their doubleheader on Saturday. Had 5 hitless innings going, but according to reports, laid out for a bunt and hurt his shoulder a little bit, and he had to come out of the game as he gets one in the air out to right field. Gillespie to the line, underneath it, catches, tagging and trying to head to home. Throw will not be in time. A run will come in on a sac fly for Jet Carpenter, and there's 2 away. So an RBI for Carpenter, 2 down. Scoring was Baptiste. Tagging and advancing to third, it was Sandoval. Still at first base is Buchanan. 2 down. North Medford able to get 1 run in. It'll be Taven Passy, another left-handed batter. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Buchanan and Passy, a couple of lefties. The catcher, Passy, was without a hit in the games against Roseburg earlier. He takes for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Zymit trying to get through the first inning without giving up more than just the 1 run so far. He's got 2 down. Fires in a fastball. That ball popped high in the air out to right field. Coming in quick. It'll be Jet Black to get it. Black, Gillespie, and Van Norman all circling around it, but the center fielder ranging to get to that baseball in shallow right field. And that finishes off things in the first inning for North Medford. And Roseburg hangs on to the lead. They give up 1 run here in the bottom of the first on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Head to the second inning. Roseburg leading 3-1 over North Medford on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
It was an offensive first inning, 3-1 our score. Roseburg leading North Medford as we go to the top of the second inning. Today's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. Cody Bourgine still on the mound for North Medford. The lefty giving up 4 hits in the first inning and 3 runs to Roseburg. 2 of those coming in on a single by Jay Stoffel with 2 outs. Leading things off is Luke Van Norman, the 9-hitter, lays down a bunt third base side, charging in Buchanan. Fields throws to first, not in time, and Van Norman picks up a bunt single. He has tried that from time to time, has not been able to get the bunt down the way he likes most times, it seems, but he gets it down there, a bunt single to lead things off. Buchanan charging in on the grass, was able to make the play and a throw to first, but was not in time to get the lefty Van Norman, who's out of the box quickly. And a man at first with nobody out, top of the order coming up. It'll be Spencer Six for a second time in his many innings. Spencer led off the game, first pitch, a rocket to right field for a double. Squared to bunt, but he takes for ball 1. One-0 pitch coming for Six, who will see twice as many pitches as he did the first time, and he'll see 3 times as many as he swings through. Takes a big cut on that one. Spencer has let it unleash a couple of times this year, really looking to go after a pitch, but he is a contact guy. As they throw to first, Van Norman got him. The lefty Bourgine picking off Van Norman, got him leaning. That was a bang-bang play at first. And now there's one away with nobody on base. 0-2 pitch, or excuse me, a 1-1 pitch coming at the plate for Six. He'll take strike 2. The 1-2 delivery. That ball fouled up and out of play over on the left side. 6 this season. Mentioned he's a contact guy. Just 2 strikeouts this year for him. So he typically puts the ball in play. He does here. Ground ball to short. Picked up by Baptiste. Takes his time throwing to first. Did he get the bag? Yes, apparently he did. At first base, Grafton was dancing around trying to get a foot on top of the bag. Finally able to find the edge of it. Not sure why he wasn't set up there waiting for the throw he had all day, it seemed. As shortstop Josh Baptiste took his time making the throw across to the diamond. But he does get it there in time. They step on the bag. 6-3 the put out. 2 down, nobody on, and it's Caden Johnson who will take ball 1 to start off his at-bat. One-0 count here for Caden Johnson, who had a single in the first on a bunt. Swings through for strike 1. Johnson laid down what he expected to be a sack bunt, but was able to beat out the throw. He gets underneath one to center field. Sandoval came in, now backing up a few steps, but the low fly ball to center field goes right to Sandoval for the final out. 1-2-3 inning, not necessarily conventional for Cody Bourgine, but he bounces back and keeps Roseburg off the scoreboard. After a leadoff single by Van Norman, he picks off a runner and then gets the next two guys to commit the out, and Roseburg goes down in the top of the second inning. No runs on one hit. There were no North Medford errors. Nobody left on base for Roseburg. After an inning and a half, still 3-1. Roseburg in front on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Bottom of the second inning, Roseburg baseball brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions. For home theater and automotive audio, you can feel it at Good Vibes. 3-1 the scores. We start the bottom of the second inning. Roseburg up by 2 against North Medford. Garrett Zimet faced 6 hitters in the first inning, gave up 1 run on 2 hits. Hit batter in there as well. A sack bunt and a sack fly mixed in for North. They'll face the 7, 8, 9 hitters. It'll be Ryan Kluk, the right fielder, who steps in and takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Kluk was 1 for 4 against Roseburg in the doubleheader back in early April. Had a sac fly, an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. Roseburg had Zach Mandera and Jay Stoffel throwing that doubleheader against North Medford. Stoffel threw a 6-inning no-hitter, had to come out due to pitch count. Garrett Zimet came in, pitched the 7th, gave up 1 hit. As he gets up a ball in the air to left field, Mason Littlefield on the run to the foul line. Littlefield underneath it. Kluk will fly out to start off things here in the bottom of the second. 1 away. Zimet in that 7th inning of game 2 of that doubleheader at Legion Field in early April. Came in, gave up a hit to the first batter he faced, who was trying to remember who it was now. Let's see here. I've got it. I know. But he gave up a single to the first guy he faced and then struck out the side to get out of the game, picked up a save. Actually, I don't believe he did get a save. It was a 4-0 finish, so doesn't get a save, but was able to finish it off and get Roseburg the win. But he did give up the no-hitter. The 1-0 pitch is called for a strike here against Devin Grafton, the first baseman. Grafton, the 8-hitter. The 1-1 swing and a miss for him, gives him a 1-2 count. It was the second batter that Zimet faced. It was the top of the lineup, and that would have been Bourgine that broke up the no-hitter against Roseburg back on April 6th. Pitch high, count goes to 2-2. For Devin Grafton. Nobody on, 1 away. Bottom of the second, a swing and a miss, and it's a strikeout. First of the game for Garrett Zimet. He punches out Grafton for a Moore Well Drilling strikeout. Don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust Moore Well Drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Give him a call at 541-459-4039. The 9-hitter, Cody Bourgine, will bat. He squares the bunt and fouls it off. Bourgine, the starting pitcher, trying to help himself out here with 2 outs and nobody on base. His team trailing 3-1 in the bottom of the second. Airplane flying by to the Medford Regional Airport. I've flown in and out of there. Not a bad airport, as long as the places you're flying to are helping you out. The 0-1 And Borgine fouls it away again. I was flying to San Francisco for a connecting flight, and I think we all know, do everything you can to avoid flying to San Francisco. The place is miserable. So it wasn't Medford's fault. It was San Francisco's. And Medford, it was a nice spot to fly out of. It was a pitch just away, a 1-2 count. We might have been heading on our honeymoon, so it probably put us in a good mood anyways. I think that's probably why we were okay with all the delays. 1-2 pitch now for Borgine, a breaking ball, and he gets enough of it to stay alive. Fouls it to the backstop here at Jim McAbee Field, which is a very deep backstop. Pass balls gives runners a great opportunity to advance on if a ball gets by one of the catchers today. Legion Field has a pretty deep backstop as well. Here at Jim McAbee Field, they have one. It's probably some of the deepest ones in the conference. The 1-2 again for Zymet in the air to left field. Littlefield looks like he's got a beat on it against the blue sky on a sunny day in Medford. Mason makes the catch for the final out. A 1-2-3 inning defensively for Roseburg as Garrett Zymet sets them down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for North Medford. After 2 innings of play, it's 3-1, Roseburg in front here on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Back in Medford on a beautiful day for baseball. Let's go ahead and pause here for station identification as they check on starting pitcher Cody Borgine momentarily before we start the third inning. Roseburg leads 3-1. This is Roseburg Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. Doran Gillespie, Zach Mandera, and Jet Black will lead things off for the Indians in the top of the third inning, leading 3-1 against Cody Borgine, who in his warm-up pitches had a couple of awkward plants and falls. Kind of went tumbling away as he was following through. Head coach Brett Wolf went out there to check on him before the start of the inning, and that's what gives us a brief extra break before we start the top of the third. First pitch, breaking ball that cuts inside from the lefty to the right-handed hitting Doran Gillespie for ball one. Gillespie in there, 1 for 1 today with an RBI single. He takes low and inside for a 2-0 count. Coach Richie Charles down at first base as Coach Tim Sestair moves from first to third to fill in for Coach Troy Thompson. And hello to the Thompson family. I'm sure they are following today's action wherever they may be. Pitch outside, 3-0 count for Doran. We always know we have avid listeners and followers from the Thompson families, the elder Thompsons, Troy's parents, during pretty much every Roseburg baseball game, as long as I don't screw it up. As a pitch inside for ball 4 against Gillespie. For Borgine, that is his second walk issued in the ball game. A runner on with nobody out. We'll take a look at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update, checking around the rest of the conference. Get you an update on some of the other Southwest Conference games going on. Throw over to first base. Gillespie back in, just leans his way back. Pitch misses, and the leadoff to Zach Mandera, who is 0 for 1, popped out. The 1-0 is high, and it goes to a 2-0 count as Bourgine once again finds himself struggling with his accuracy. Gillespie at first after the leadoff walk. 2-0 count right now to Zach Mandera as the wind starts to pick up again. Leads us to wonder, where did that tarp end up? Pitch misses again, a 3-0 count now for Mandera from Bourgine. A loose tarp in, I think, one of the bullpens, probably the visiting bullpen here at Jim McAbee Field, got airborne and was gone thanks to the wind as a 3-0 pitch catches the zone to give Mandera a 3-1 count. And that thing was going to end up miles away. Wouldn't be shocked if it finds its way to Ashland. The 3-1 pitch is low for ball 4, and it's back-to-back walks to lead off things here in the top of the third for Roseburg. A chance to try and add to a 3-1 lead, and a visit to the mound now for head coach Brett Wolf and the North Medford Black Tornado. While we've got a break in the action, let you know today's game brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Cooling. Your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Let's take a look around the conference. Today you've got South Medford on the road at Sheldon. And you said it was in the third inning there, BG? Top of the third inning, 3-0. South Medford still leading Sheldon in that matchup. And it does look like we're going to get a pitching change here. South Medford leading Sheldon 3-0 in that matchup. Sheldon at the bottom of the standings tied with Grants Pass. Grants Pass is taking on South Eugene today. South Eugene leading the conference by 1 game over Roseburg after sweeping the Indians in Eugene on Saturday. Pitching change here in our ball game. We'll go ahead and take a quick 60-second break. All pitching changes brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction. Roseburg leads 3-1 as we're in the top of the third inning on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Pitching change for North Medford. Cody Bourgine day is done. Just 2 innings worked for him. Does not record an out here in the third. It'll be right-hander Brady Buchanan that'll take over on the mound. Buchanan moves from third base to the mound. Cody Bourgine goes to left field. And Jet Carpenter, the DH, enters the game for Owen Grafton and will take over at third base. New man on the mound, Buchanan. First pitch fires in, and it's fouled off on a bunt attempt by Jet Black for strike 1. Runners on first and second for Roseburg with nobody out here in the top of the third inning. Back-to-back walks issued by Bourgine. That's what gets him pulled from the game on the mound. Strike across on an off-speed pitch to Jet. Gives him an 0-2 count. Jet Black 0 for 1 in the game. Popped out into right field to the second baseman. 0-2 pitch. Just outside. Count goes to 1-2. Doran Gillespie out at second base. Led off the inning with a walk. Zach Mandera at first. He got back-to-back walks for Roseburg. Jet Black at the plate. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. And Jet will go down as Brady Buchanan comes in and punches out the first batter he faces. 1 away, and Jonathan Stone will bat next. Stone had a walk in the first inning. And his first at-bat back from injury. Swings at the first pitch he sees from Buchanan and fouls it away. I was thinking back to the basketball season. Stone has suffered a lot of injuries this year. He suffered 2 knee injuries on both knees during the basketball season. He suffered the first one during a tournament at South Medford High School and then made his return in his first game back he started at South Medford. As he gets a hold of one here down the left field line. If this one's fair, it's got a chance. It just goes foul. Had a chance to drop in for extra bases down that left field line. Bourgine giving chase, couldn't get to it, and it lands just into foul territory, and it'll be an 0-2 count for Jonathan Stone as he returns home. So the same basketball court that he hurt himself the first time, he comes back and gets a start. He played that one fine, but then got hurt in the very next game of the opening against Grants Pass. I think it's interesting. He got hurt against North Medford this season in baseball, and he makes his return against North Medford here today. So kind of some similarities a little bit there to the basketball season, but hoping the best for Stone, that he can stay healthy the rest of the way. It's been a tough senior year for this big man. Stands in with a 1-2 count after taking a pitch in the dirt from Buchanan. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Strike zone. Reaching the outside edge. 2 down as Buchanan gets back-to-back punch-outs. 2 away with runners at first and second, and Roseburg now has to get the bats off their shoulders. They come into this inning, 5 hits total so far. Runners at first and second. They got there with nobody out, and Roseburg's not been able to move them around. First pitch, a breaking ball, called strike against Jace Stoffel. Wind picking up again, blowing right to left across the diamond from right field to that third base left field line. The 0-1 bounces away. Passy can't find it, and moving up to third will go Gillespie. Mandera stays at first. Didn't get a great read on where that ball was going. Pitch in the dirt. Wild pitch moving Gillespie up to third base. Runners on the corners with 2 down, a 1-1 count for Jace Stoffel. So Cody Bourgine, the starting pitcher, goes 2/3 innings. Actually, not 2/3, but goes 2 innings. Gave up 5 hits, 3 runs as a strike in against Stoffel. 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 3 walks, and no strikeouts for him in those 2 innings of work. Throw down to second on the double steal. The throw low to the plate to Passy. Mandera gets to second as Passy can't find it. A run will come in. Roseburg executing the first and third steal. North Medford threw down to second to try and get Mandera on a run down. The throw to the plate was not enough. Skipped in short, hopped to the plate, and Passy behind the dish couldn't field it cleanly. Gillespie sliding around any tag and throw. And Mandera then able to get into second base safely. So now 4-1, Roseburg in front. Still 2 out, a man at second base. Stoffel will come through with another base hit. He drove in a run back in the first. He'll have a chance to do so here. The throw to the plate offline. Mandera scores. Up to second goes Stoffel. In safely. Second RBI of the day for Jace Stoffel. Actually make it his 3rd of the day, as he gets a ground ball into left field, scoring Zach Mandera from second. And then Stoffel taking second base on the throw to the plate. So 5-1 now, Roseburg in front, as both runners that got on with walks to start off the game able to come around and score. Batting now is Mason Littlefield, and he takes the first pitch for ball 1 from Brady Buchanan, who's come on in relief. Those runs going to the credit of Cody Bourgine, by the way. Strike in against Littlefield. Littlefield, a fielder's choice in the first inning as they made the final out at second base. He hits here with 2 down, and Jace Stoffel out at second. Put the ball in play. Chopper off the mound. Buchanan is going to have to race to the bag himself. He was getting ready to flip it to first, but Devin Grafton had come off the bag to try and field the ball. Buchanan cut it off and had to race to the bag to make the play himself. That'll wrap up things in the top of the 3rd inning, but Roseburg strikes with 2 more, and they lead 5-1 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Roseburg in front of North Medford on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Wind kicking up again here at Jim McAbee Field as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Roseburg leading 5-1. Today's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or give them a call at 672-5701. Garrett Zimet with a comfortable lead to work with now. Going to try and hold on to it. He gets a swing and a miss on the first pitch to the leadoff man, Josh Baptiste. Top of the order here. Baptiste reached on a single in the first inning. He goes after a pitch high and sends it down the first base side foul. That one a laser beam down that first base side. The foul ball makes it an 0-2 count for Baptiste. Baptiste scored the only run of the game so far for North Medford. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, almost got him to go after it. Baptiste watching that one all the way, and Roseburg does not get the benefit of a call at the plate. A 1-2 from Zimet. The sophomore, fastball low and outside, a 2-2 count. Baptiste, a junior, at shortstop. Also a pitcher, it looks like, as he takes just outside, and the count goes to 3-2. He'll step out and gets ready to go for the full count pitch from Zimet. That ball hit in the air to left field. That one drifting foul. And we'll do it again. Got around on it, but a little bit too early. Pulling that one down the left field line. Again, we'll do the 3-2 count. Leading things off here. It's a check swing at first base. Went to his knees. Stone knocks it down, and no play to be made at first. A sharp one hopper to first base. Stone went to his knees to knock it down, but it just trickled away from him. And I want to make sure he's okay there with the knee issues that he's had. But trickled away. Van Norman backed it up. Got the ball to Zimet, but it was just a hair too late. And the leadoff man, Baptiste, is on. I'll ask the scoring guru there. You think a hit or an error there at first base for Stone? They hit? Hit? That's all right. The fans in the stands here are saying they'll give him the home discount on that one. First pitch, a called strike now to Jeremiah Huffman. I'm just going to try and guess what they do in the Roseburg dugout because those are the guys I have to answer to, and I'm going to say they're probably going to say that it was an error at first on a ball hit right at Jonathan Stone. The 0-1 pitch, inside corner, called for a strike. That was definitely not an easy ball to make a play on there at first on a sharp one hopper, short hop to Stone. But I know that the Indians have high expectations of their infielders, and balls that I might think might be difficult ones to play, they expect to be made. Going after a high pitch, that one in the air. It'll be second baseman Van Norman that gets underneath it. F4 for the putout for Huffman. He is now 0 for 1 on the day. Had a sac bunt in the first. Van Norman making the putout, one down, runner on at first, and they'll look to get Sandoval into an inning-ending double play if at all possible. Zimet working to get through the third, breaking ball, he sits it on the inside edge for a strike against Sandoval. Sandoval was hit by a pitch his first time up. He is 0 for 0 in the ball game. pitch outside. Tried to go with a quick throw down to first. Spencer 6 came up ready to throw, but lost a handle on the ball as he transferred it from the glove to the hand. Zyman looking for an out here. Something playable. Runner going. The ball is fouled off as Sandoval trying to put the hit and run on there. Couldn't put it in play. Ryan Sandoval, second team pitcher last year in the Southwest Conference, two-time All-Conference honors. Going to be playing up in Roseburg next year as he is committed to play for the Umpqua Riverhawks. Throw, check over to first, no throw from Zymet. Sandoval versus Roseburg in the doubleheader back in early April was 1 for 6, had 4 strikeouts on the day that day. Tough one for him. He has an 1-2 pitch, and it's low, over the plate, but low, just below the knees. Count will go to 2-2. Still just 1 out here. Runner going again, swing and a miss, throw him down to second base, not in time. The throw was from 6, was short. It'll be a stolen base for Baptiste. Almost had to strike him out, throw him out. But it is a strikeout for the second out here in the third. Second strikeout of the game for Garrett Zymet. And strikeouts brought to you by More Well Drilling. Keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Give them a call at 541-459-4039. So Baptiste now in scoring position at second. For Brady Buchanan, now the pitcher of record. That ball in the air, out to right field. Could drive in a run with 2 outs. Jet will get it back in, cut off by Stone, and 1 comes in on Buchanan's second base hit of the day to make it 5-2. That stolen base for Baptiste got him into scoring position, and so that big there for North Medford. First pitch swinging for Buchanan on his second time at the plate. He goes 2 for 2 with the single to right center. 5-2 the score, bottom of the third inning. Buchanan, who's now the pitcher for North Medford, helps himself out, trying to get North Medford back into this one. They're on a 5-game losing streak, trying to snap that and avoid getting swept by Roseburg this season in conference. First pitch, a breaking ball from Zymet is low to now the third baseman, Chet Carpenter. Carpenter is 0 for 0 in the ballgame with a sac fly for a run scored in the first. 2 down. He'll take a fastball for a strike. It pops out of the glove from 6. They still get the call at home plate. It's a 1-1 count. The 1-1. Runner going, breaking ball, throw down to second. Gets by into center field. Coming up to go to third. Buchanan's going to get 2 bags out of that one. At the plate, the pitch missed. It'll go to a 2-1 count. Buchanan stole second, and then on the throwing error goes to third. And that puts a runner 90 feet from home now for North Medford with 2 down. That is the first error of the ball game for Roseburg. Excuse me, their second. It's a ball high in the air out to right field, right center. Jet Black calling for it. He'll call off Gillespie, and that will wrap things up. So the scoring opportunity for North Medford is averted, but the Black Tornado get 1 run back here in the bottom of the third. It's a 5-2 game as we go to the fourth. Roseburg in front of the Black Tornado on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Well, so far it's been a little bit of can you match me? Roseburg with 3 runs in the top of the first. North Medford got 1 back in the bottom of the first. Roseburg got 2 in the top of the third, and North Medford gets 1 back in the bottom of the third as well. They're keeping themselves at least within striking distance in this one as we go to the 4th inning. 5-2, Roseburg in front of the Black Tornado. Today's game brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Top of the 4th inning, we'll start out with the 9-1-2 hitters for Roseburg. Second inning in a row that we will do that. Well, not second inning in a row, second time today. Van Norman led off the second inning with a bunt single, but then was picked off at first. He takes the first pitch from Buchanan for a called strike. Buchanan still facing batters for the first time on Roseburg's lineup. Gets a swing and a miss on a breaking ball low and inside from Van Norman, and it's an 0-2 count. At third base, Jet Carpenter had been playing in, but he backs his way back now with 2 strikes, expecting that Van Norman will not bunt. The lefty Van Norman back in against the righty Buchanan. The 0-2 pitch, way outside. Wind continues to whip around here off and on. Right now it's blowing straight out to left field. The 1-2 to Van Norman. Gets one, golfs it into right field. A base hit. Van Norman 2 for 2 on the day for Roseburg's second baseman. Went down low. Sends that right over the top of the head of the second baseman, Jeremiah Huffman, for a base hit. Just a looping line drive into shallow right field. Ryan Klug come to get it. Van Norman on at first. He'll have to be aware of that pickoff move. I wouldn't be shocked if, well, excuse me, they've got the righty now on the mound, not the lefty Bourgine, who was there to begin with. Bourgine was the one that picked off Van Norman earlier. So lefty's always so tricky to pick up sometimes on those moves. They do throw over there. Buchanan not able to get it there in time as Van Norman back in safely. I think he is very aware of it, though. No need to get picked off twice in a single ball game. At the plate, Spencer 6, 1 for 2 today with a double on his first at-bat. Fouls off the first pitch. Put a lot behind that swing, only to just get a piece of the baseball. Well, checking in on the Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. In the Southwest Conference, South Medford leading at Sheldon in the top of the 4th, 6-0. Swinging, and again another foul ball for 6. He's got himself at an 0-2 count. Got college baseball going on tonight, I believe just about to get going in Corvallis. Oregon State hosting Gonzaga. A lot of other games going on around the Umpqua Basin as well. Throw over to first base, Van Norman back in safely. Roseburg softball tied for first with Sheldon in the Southwest Conference. After shutting out South Eugene last weekend 10-0 and 21-0, Roseburg softball is at home today against North Medford. The 0-2 to 6. That ball in the air to left field. Bourgine looks like it's playable, and he's underneath it, retiring Spencer 6. 1 out, still a man at first. Caden Johnson will step in. Johnson 1 for 2, had the RBI or had the bunt single in the first. Came around to score. Scored on a single by Jay Stoffel with 2 outs in the first inning. First pitch to Johnson, a fastball for strike 1. Roseburg in the ball game, 5 runs on 7 hits. The offense continued to produce here for Roseburg, coming in averaging just over 5 runs a game and holding teams to just about 2, just over 2 runs a game. Roseburg's defense has been able to keep teams in check as a strike called again against Johnson. And Buchanan's done a nice job to get ahead of hitters here in the 4th inning Once again, he's got a batter in an 0-2 count. Pitch is high. They go on a pitch out. Van Norman not going anywhere. A 1-2 count now for Johnson. I believe all three hitters so far facing Buchanan here in the fourth have fallen behind 0-2. Johnson, a 1-2 delivery from the righty. Buchanan kicks. Breaking ball, sat on it. That ball tailing to the line. Long run out there in right field. Underneath it, Kluk makes the catch. 2 down. I thought maybe that ball might have had some spin on it as it started to look like it was tailing away from the right fielder, but Kluk, long strides out there for him. He's got no problem getting to that baseball. 2 down, a man at first base still for Roseburg. That's Luke Van Norman after the single to lead off the fourth. Another throw that direction. They are very concerned about what Luke Van Norman is doing on the bases. Doran Gillespie is 1 for 1 in the ballgame. Drew a walk in the third. He scored twice and has an RBI. He gets this one in the air out towards left center. Sandoval on the run. Picks it up. He had to go a long way. I'm sure the wind didn't make that one any easier. But Gillespie can't get it to fall in. And after a leadoff single, Roseburg leaves Van Norman stranded at first base. That'll wrap up things in the top of the fourth inning. As we head to the bottom of the fourth, Roseburg leads 5-2. This is Roseburg Baseball, streaming at 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
I am a nurse,
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Roseburg leading over North Medford 5-2. Today's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Garrett Zyman out there for his fourth inning of work, fires a strike against Tavin Passy. The catcher 0 for 1 today, left-handed batter. The 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball for a called strike. Checking in on the Roseburg JV score. Always love to hear from Justin O'Byrne during the game. He likes to keep up on what the varsity's doing. Ground ball right side through for Passy. He'll bubble out for a turn at first, but it's a leadoff single for North Medford, an 0-2 pitch. Passy able to take it to right field between first and second. Ground ball. The single. Fourth hit of the ball game for North Medford. So in that JV game right now, Roseburg leading 4-1 in the top of the fourth inning against North Medford in the JV contest going on. Try and see if we can find a score on the softball game for Roseburg. Zyman on the mound, one on, nobody out. He'll face Ryan Kluk for a second time. Kluk takes it high and inside for ball one. Wind blowing around again. Still a nice sunny day. Temperature's very comfortable here at the ball field. The 1-0 pitch from Zyman. Ground ball fouled third base side. One count. Bottom of the fourth inning, a man on with nobody out. Pitch in the dirt for Kluk, who flew out to left field in the second inning. led things off in the second, but that was a 1-2-3 frame for Garrett Zimet. The 2-1 is lined to left field. Littlefield will get it back in quickly. Passy up to second. Kluk will get a single, his first hit of the day, and now 5 hits in the ball game for North Medford. And out to the mound will go pitching coach Richie Charles to have a conversation with Zimet and with Six. Brief visit out there. Zimet staying in the game. Two men on with nobody out. So an opportunity here for North Medford to try and strike back, trailing by 3. Time called before the first pitch of the at-bat. It's Devin Grafton batting here, the first baseman, 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout. Throw in, runners big lead as they squared to bunt. Grafton trying to lay down the bunt to move the runners both up. He swings and misses, and Spencer Six was up out of the crouch quickly to see if he could catch either of the runners off base. Oh, 1 pitch coming up here for Grafton, not showing a bunt. Stone playing in. He squares that time, but he takes just outside. Spencer Six tried his best to frame that one for the home umpire, but he can't get the friendly call on the road. Just one away, or excuse me, nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Runners at first and second. Grafton squares the bunt again, and he'll take for strike 2. Pulled it back at the last second. And now he's got himself at a 1-2 count. Likely has to protect the plate and not looking to sacrifice bunt the runners over. 1-2 delivery out of Zimet. He checks second. That ball in the air. Jet Black going back will make the catch. The runner not tagging. And so back to second goes Passy. That ball was tailing away from Jet Black in right center. Would have been a long throw to third, and he did not have his feet underneath him. Passy might have been able to tag and advance to third to really put some screws to Roseburg here in the 4th, but instead he goes back to second base and does not tag up. A long out for Devin Grafton. There's one away, and Roseburg now a ground ball away from getting out of things here in the 4th. That ball on the infield high. Long run for the shortstop, Johnson, but it'll be left fielder Littlefield that makes the catch for the second out. As the first pitch to Cody Bourgine, now the left fielder, flies out to shallow left field. And that's quick, 2 quick outs in the air for Garrett Zimet, and he's able to breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief now as Roseburg tries to get out of this one after putting the first 2 runners on base. They retire the next 2 batters. Top of the order here, Josh Baptiste hitting for a 3rd time against Zimet, and he takes the first pitch at the knees for a called strike, watched it all the way. Zimet trying to get through the 4th with the lead intact. His 0-1 breaking ball, offering at it with the bunt, and Baptiste can't lay it down on a drag bunt to get him on base and move the runners up. 0-2 count now. Roseburg playing towards the line in the corner outfield. A lot of room for Jet Black to roam out there. That ball in the air, lofted into right field. Gillespie will come up with it. They're going to send the runner to the plate. The throw cut off. That goes to the plate, now gets away. 2 runs are going to score. A throwing error brings in another one. A single by Baptiste with 2 outs scores 1. That brings in Passy from second. And then Ryan Kluk scores on the throwing error. And 2 runs come in for North Medford to make it 5-4. Ending up at second base is Baptiste. And so that is the moment that Roseburg was hoping to avoid. Quick visit out to the mound for Spencer Six. So man at second base. 2 runs in here in the bottom of the 4th. It's a 1-run ball game now. Roseburg in front 5-4. Breaking ball for a called strike from Zimet to Jeremiah Huffman. Huffman is 0 for 1 in the game. Flew out to the second baseman his last time up. Squares to bunt. And it hit him on the helmet as he ducked. Going to square at it. And that'll be another hit by pitch for Garrett Zimet. That is an awkward one there. You don't see that too often. Squaring around to bunt was Huffman. The breaking ball was inside. He tried to duck out of the way, and it grazed the top of his helmet. So with 2 outs, Roseburg struggling to get out of things here in the 4th. A pitch in the dirt. Six able to knock it down. Taking for ball 1 is Ryan Sandoval. Heart of the lineup coming up here for North Medford as they try to even this one up. A man in scoring position at second. Roseburg going to have to make sure they get those bats going when they come back up to hit. That ball into left field. Littlefield will get it. They're going to send the runner to the plate. The throw from from Littlefield's offline. And a 2-out single is going to score. Make it a 2-out double. Is going to score the game-tying run. Baptiste scores from second. Huffman goes first to third. And Sandoval ends up at second base. And we are all tied at 5 apiece as North Medford finds their way back into this one. Line drive single into left field. And not a single, double into left field. And it looks like we could end up with a pitching change. Runners at second and third, and the day done for Garrett Zimet. He'll be on the hook for the 2 runners on base at the moment. He'll leave at the moment with a no decision, as a new man will come in for Roseburg. We'll tell you who it is when we come back. A pitching change, all pitching change brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulena or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Back after this.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Oh, it's a whole new ball game now as Roseburg finds themselves in a tie with North Medford, who has stormed back for 3 runs here in the 4th inning to knot it up at 5 apiece. Austin Anderson, the right-hander on the mound, will take over. Anderson will inherit runners at second and third, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Austin Anderson, 7 2/3 innings worked this year. He's got a .91 ERA. is not factored into a win or a loss as the comebacker goes right to the mound. Anderson knocks it down, throws to first. One pitch, and he's able to get Roseburg out of it, fielding his position on the mound as Anderson comes through with an out against Brady Buchanan. And that'll wrap up things here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Didn't take much. How often does that happen? One pitch out to get out of the frame, and Roseburg is able to hang on in this one, not trailing, as we're tied at 5 going to the 5th. This is Roseburg Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. Oh, it does that sometimes. Test. I'm sure it's working, but I'll just turn it. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Roseburg Baseball brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Whole new ball game here, and it's on to the relievers. Brady Buchanan came in back in the 3rd inning for starter Cody Bourgine, and he fires the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1 against Zach Mandera. So it'll be on the reliever's shoulders now. Austin Anderson comes in for Garrett Zymet there in the bottom of the 4th inning, gets the final out as Mandera swings through for a 1-1 count. Tied at 5 here in the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Zach Mandera, Jet Black, and Jonathan Stone coming up to hit. 1-1 from Buchanan is in the dirt. The count goes to 2-1. Mandera on the day is 0 for 1. Walked, stole a base, and scored a run in the 3rd. Swings and chops one to 3rd. It's Carpenter up with it. He'll throw to first. That throw low, but scooped up by Grafton at first to retire the first batter. One away, and Jet Black will bat next for Roseburg. So Buchanan, he's into his, actually this would be his 3rd inning of work. He pitched the entire 3rd inning. Got credit for 1 whole inning there, and he pitched the 4th, a clean one there after giving up a single to Van Norman to lead it off. He was able to get 3 straight fly ball outs. So Buchanan now 2 1/3 innings worked against Roseburg. He faces Jet Black for a second time. Jet was the first batter to face the new pitcher. Jet struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. He takes the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. Jet off the end of his bat, and Nubber over to second base. Picked up the double clutch throw to first. Gets there in time. Huffman able to make the play. Took a double clutch and a throw on the run for him, but he's able to get it there in time. 2 down, nobody on, and Jonathan Stone will bat for Roseburg. Stone in this one is 0 for 1. Jonathan walked in the 1st, struck out looking in the 3rd. With nobody on and 2 away, he'll hit away here. The first pitch is low from Buchanan. Stone's strikeout came against Buchanan. He struck out the first 2 batters he saw when he came on in relief. Now one a bit elevated for Stone. 2-0 count. Buchanan coming in for Cody Bourgine now in left field. Bourgine 2 innings work, gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, no strikeouts, but he's now off the hook for the loss. As a pitch low and outside, Stone goes to 3-0. The win or the loss no longer on the shoulders of the starters. It'll be on the relievers from here on out. The 3-0 to Stone. Ball 4. He takes it for a second walk in the ball game. First game back for Jonathan Stone. He's showing discipline at the plate. He takes the walk, heads on down to first with 2 away. And Jay Stoffel will bat next. Stoffel's been hot today, batting 2 for 2 with 3 RBI as the DH. Stoffel up to 15 RBI on the year. 2 for 2 is going to raise that 371 batting average when it's all said and done. Highest batting average, second highest batting average on the team behind Zach Mandera coming into it. But Zach is 0 for 2 and Stoffel 2 for 2, so I imagine that Chase will supplant the senior, Zach Mandera. First pitch, a called strike. Buchanan trying to get out of things here in the 5th after giving up a 2-out walk. The 0-1 to Stoffel is low. A 1-1 count, 2 away. Game tied at 5 here in the top of the 5th. Buchanan fires, fouled off by Stoffel. That ball right over the plate looked like maybe Stoffel ahead of it just a bit as he fouled it off. Waiting on deck is Mason Littlefield. 2 strikes now against Stoffel. At first base, Stone will take his lead. The 1-2 delivery. That ball fouled away. Stone at first. A little deceiving with his speed. Such long strides, he makes up ground quickly. At 6'7", big guy, moves around pretty good. The 1-2 pitch coming up here for Stoffel. Buchanan fires in, swing and a miss, and Stoffel will go down. And North Medford holds Roseburg off the board in the top of the 5th inning. Third strikeout of the game for Brady Buchanan in his short time on the mound. And he gets out of a 5th inning after giving up a 2-out walk. No runs on no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base for Roseburg. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 5-5 ball game here on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Austin Anderson back out there after facing 1 batter in the 4th. Coming on in relief, he'll continue to throw, and he gets a check swing going all the way around for a swing and a miss out of Jet Carpenter, the 3rd baseman. He is 0 for 1 in the ball game. Anderson misses low and outside, a 1-1 count. Bottom of the 5th, game tied at 5 between Roseburg and North Medford. Anderson out of the windup, off speed, and he gets another swing and a miss. Roseburg baseball here on The Score and on 541radio.com is brought to you by Bi-Mart. Score big at Bi-Mart where you can get ready for your season for less. The 1-2 pulled third base side foul, and it stays a 1-2 count. So we'll keep checking on scores of other games from around the Southwest Conference as we are able to pass those along. And I was going to check in on the Beavers game. It looks like it says they're live. It says they're tied at 0. We'll try to get some more details on that. The 1-2 grounder ball, third base side. Mandera fires to Stone. The tag applied. Got him. The throw pulled Stone off the bag. But Stone with the long arms able to make the play. And that'll be a 5-3 put out on Jet Carpenter. So one down, and up next is Tavin Passy, the catcher. Lefty takes the first pitch for a called strike. Wind picking up again, making it feel a little bit cooler here at the ballpark. Low and inside from Anderson, a 1-1 count for Passy. Tavin Passy is 1 for 2, got on with a single in the fourth on a 2-strike pitch and was able to come around and score. Part of the 3-run fourth inning for North Medford that got the game tied. Fouls off a pitch, and he's got himself a 1-2 count. One away. This will be the first time through the lineup for all these hitters against Austin Anderson. That ball back up the middle. It'll go to Johnson. Throw to first is in time. Stone with the low grab. 2 down. That one right past the mound. Anderson, for a moment, tried to reach out for it, but he wisely lets it go through, let the defense behind him help him out. Two down. Batting next will be Ryan Kluk. The right fielder swings at a foul tip into the glove for strike one. Kluk is 1 for 2. He had a single in the fourth, scored on a throwing error. Gets on this one, but fouls it away for strike 2. 0-0 Oregon State and Gonzaga in the bottom of the second in that game, by the way. Keep tabs on that. The 0-2 from Anderson. Throwing the bat at it, the barrel, knocking that one out of play into the grassy knoll behind the softball field here at this North Medford Sports Complex. The 0-2 again. That one lined. It goes by Zach Mandera into left field. This could be extra bases for Kluk. Littlefield up with it. He'll throw in. Cut off by Johnson. Actually, the ball goes all the way to second base. It's a 2-out double for Ryan Kluk, and it's those 2-out hits for North Medford that continue to plague the Roseburg Indians, and the go-ahead runner is out at second with 2 down. That one just sneaking past Mandera at third, trying to get to it. His outstretched glove just couldn't get a handle on that one. So Kluk, back-to-back hits for him. 2 for 3 on the day now. 7-hitter in the lineup, having a nice night. Devin Grafton, the first baseman, will bat next. He's 0 for 2. They may have made a change, and it looks like they have. No, it is Grafton. Grafton will stand in, 2 down. Man at second base. First pitch swinging, he fouls it back up over the top of us and out of play. Fresh baseball is coming out. The sports complex here in North Medford, you got the softball field behind the first base dugout, which is North Medford's side. You've got a softball field out beyond the right field fence, some tennis courts out there, soccer fields over there. You got the track and field complex. There's everything you need here in this small little area, and then the high school gym's right over there. It's all right here, nice and easy access for everybody. As a pitch in the dirt, a 1-1 count now for Devin Grafton. Man out at second base is Ryan Kluk with 2 outs. That ball fouled third base side. Going all matrix to get out of the way at third base. Coach Brett Wolf managing to avoid the foul ball. 1-2 count to Grafton. Chops it back to the mound. It'll go up the middle. Johnson, throw on the run to Stone, in time for the final out. Defense backing up Anderson on that inning, and Roseburg strands a man out at second base. In the bottom of the 5th for North Medford, no runs on 1 hit, no errors for Roseburg, and 1 man left on. After 5 innings of play, we're still knotted at 5 apiece, so we head to the top of the 6th on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
We head to the late stages of this one, a Southwest Conference showdown between Roseburg and North Medford. A single game here today. 5-5 our score as Mason Littlefield will lead things off. He squared to bunt, and that pitch bounced well in front of the plate. I think he might have thrown off Brady Buchanan on the first pitch here in the top of the 6th inning. Mason Littlefield, Luke Van Norman, and then Spencer Six due up for Roseburg as we're tied at 5. Pitch is high and away for ball 2 to Littlefield. Mason is 0 for 2 in the ball game. The 2-0 pitch misses low and inside for a 3-0 count. Roseburg has Jet Black, it looks like, thrown in the bullpen right now. No action in the bullpen for North Medford. 6th inning action here. Sun starting to head towards the horizon, cooling down a bit at the ballpark. As ball 4 taken by Littlefield, he'll take a... Mason can't believe it, and that has the North Medford fans arguing their case about that being strike 1. Instead, it's a 4-pitch walk issued to Littlefield. That'll bring up Luke Van Norman, the lefty. The defense will shift. Right fielder Ryan Kluk heading towards the line. Outfielder Ryan Sandoval shifting over a bit as well. But they've still got the left fielder, Bourgine, closer to the line, although he comes in a few steps. A throw over to first base. Back in safely goes Littlefield. So I throw on the long sleeves as it felt like it was cooling down a little bit. Now the wind stops and the sun's beating down, and now I'm getting warm again. It's one of those days here in the state of Oregon. First pitch to Van Norman is in for strike 1. Luke had a single and is only at bat so far against Brady Buchanan. Squares to bunt now. The 0-1 pitch. He puts it down, goes to the mound, picked up by Buchanan. His throw to first just in time by a half step to get Van Norman, who is so quick down that line. Van Norman sacrificing himself, 1 away, up to second base goes Littlefield. As Roseburg plays some small ball, looking to try and manufacture a run. Littlefield at second, good speed there for Roseburg. Top of the order, Spencer Six hitting, led off the game with a double down the right field line, and eventually came around to score the first run of the ball game. He is 0 for 2 since then. Flew out to left field the last time up, is only at bat against Buchanan so far. Spencer 1 for 3 in the game. Came in batting just over 300, and they're going to intentionally walk Spencer Six to get to Caden Johnson. Six already leading the team in walks this year. And all of those he earned the hard way. This one he gets automatically. It's his 13th walk of the season. Down to first goes Spencer Six. That does make it a forced double play option on the infield with 1 away. And they'll go to Caden Johnson, who's 1 for 3 in the game. Had a bunt single in the first. Johnson had been scrapping a bit at the plate as he gets underneath this one. Shallow left field. First pitch swinging, and it's caught by Bourgine. So the risk pays off there for North Medford, at least for the time being. They walk intentionally Six to get to Johnson, and Johnson commits the out. Johnson had come into the matchup. He had been hitless in his last 3 games. He got the bunt single in the first, but he has not been able to swinging get a hit in this one. First pitch misses to Doran Gillespie, the 3-hitter. Comes up 1 for 2 in the game with an RBI single in the first. He's got an RBI opportunity here with runners at first and second and 2 away. Top of the 6th. Chops one foul down the third base side. And Gillespie with a 1-1 count. Doran drew a walk in the 3rd inning. Stole home on a double steal with runners on the corners in that 3rd inning, helping Roseburg add to their total, getting to 5 runs. The 1-1 is upstairs. Gillespie lays off. Roseburg taking a 2-1 or a 3-1 lead in the first. Made it 5-1 in the top of the 3rd, but gave up 1 in the bottom of the 3rd. It was 5-2, and then 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th for North. Tied this game up. Ground ball, third base side, picked up by Carpenter. He takes it to the bag himself to finish off the 6th inning. And that'll wrap up things here in the 6th. Roseburg leaving 2 men on base. In the top of the 6th inning, no runs on no hits. There were no North Medford errors and 2 men left on base. We will head to the bottom of the 6th inning, tied at 5 between Roseburg and North Medford on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Bottom of the 6th inning, still tied at 5 between Roseburg and North Medford. Roseburg Baseball brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by our friends at DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. Make sure you stick around after this one goes final for the Roseburg Disposal post-game show, where we'll recap today's action. Austin Anderson on the mound. He'll face the 9-1-2 hitters. Cody Bourgine leads things off. The lefty takes a pitch out on the outside corner from the righty for a called strike. The 0-1. Bourgine pulls it to second base. Van Norman to the bag in time. That one taking its time through the infield. But that'll retire Bourgine. 4-3 on the putout, 1 down. Top of the order now, Josh Baptiste hitting. Baptiste has been on base all 3 times. He's 2 for 3, reached on an error in the 3rd. He's got an RBI back in his 4th inning at bat, a single that came with 2 outs to drive in a run. Offered at the first pitch for strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Baptiste calling timeout. He scored 3 runs in this game. Puts the bat on the ball here out towards right field. Long run for Gillespie and Jett, and it drops in between the two. He's going to stretch it for a double. And no communication, it looks like, from the right fielder and center fielder. That one drops in for a double. 3-hit day for Baptiste. Gets into scoring position. The go-ahead run out at second now for North Medford. That's going to be a base hit. Out to the mound goes Spencer Six. It was a long run between both Gillespie and Jett, but they were both there to be able to possibly make the play. And I couldn't quite tell if Gillespie was expecting that Jett was going to take it, or if they both were just looking at each other, but that one falls right in between the two of them. It was definitely a playable ball, it looked like. And with nobody touching it, that falls in for a double. Pitch high for ball one now to Jeremiah Huffman. Huffman's had a nice day at the plate as well. Sack bunt. It's been a productive day. Sack bunt and a hit by pitch. He hasn't driven anybody in. He's got an opportunity to do so now. Checking in on that Oregon State ball game in the bottom of the third. It's a 0-0 ball game. Number 3 Oregon State up to hit against Gonzaga. A 1-0 pitch. Squaring to bunt. In front of the plate, Anderson picks it up, throws to the bag, gets the out at first. Almost threw it away, but that is where the size of Jonathan Stone comes in really big. Up to third goes Baptiste on the bunt. 2 down, and Ryan Sandoval will bat. An opportunity to drive in a run with 2 outs, and that is a possibility that North Medford has been able to do on a few occasions. First pitch gets away. They're going to make a play at the plate. Throw, the tag, no, and North Medford will take a lead. Wild pitch, got away from Spencer. He got to it, it seemed like, with plenty of time. But his throw to Anderson was difficult to manage, and Anderson trying to grab and tag all at once could not do it. I think that Six might have been surprised to see the runner coming in, and it's a wild pitch that'll score a run. And now North Medford takes a 6-5 lead as a strike in to even up the count at 1-1 for Sandoval. Wind picking up again. Sandoval fouls it back for strike 2. The JV game, Roseburg in front, 7-6 in the bottom of the 6th inning there. So once again, Roseburg giving up a lead in the 6th inning against an opponent in conference play. As Sandoval gets behind one to center field on the run. Jet Black reaching will make the grab on the run to retire the side. But damage done on a wild pitch here in the bottom of the 6th. North Medford able to manufacture a run, and it's now 6-5. The Black Tornado in front. And Roseburg once again will go to the 7th inning trying to come back to either force extras or come back to win. 3 outs left in the game for the Indians as we go to the 7th inning. North Medford leading 6-5 here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Top of the 7th inning, Roseburg baseball brought to you by Good Vibrations Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. And by Mahalo Heating and Cooling, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Give them a call at 672-6707. We go to the 7th inning, Roseburg trailing by 1. Zach Mandera, Jet Black, and Jonathan Stone due up against Brady Buchanan, now in line to get a win. So he gets a strike at the knees on the inside corner to start off the at-bat against Mandera. Zach is 0 for 2 in the game with a walk and a run scored. Buchanan came in the 3rd inning. He has held Roseburg scoreless. Swing and a foul tip for strike 2 against Mandera. Buchanan will not be credited with any runs. He inherited 2 runners on base when he came in. They both scored, but they don't go to his total. And so he has pitched Scoreless frames so far as Zach fouls off another pitch. Stays at an 0-2 count. Be credited with 4 scoreless innings so far, depending on what will happen here in the top of the 7th. He's 3 outs away from getting a win. Big win for North Medford and tough one for Roseburg. This would be their 3rd straight loss, and technically you would possibly count it as their 4th straight. It's a pitch outside to go to 1-2. Roseburg losing to Sheldon, but Sheldon violating pitch count rules had to forfeit that game, so Roseburg gets credited with a win, but on the scoreboard they've lost 3 straight. Trying to avoid a 4th straight as ball fouled back. And it's surprising on Saturday, both games against South Eugene, Roseburg led until the bottom of the 6th and gave up the lead there. They didn't lead until the bottom of the 6th here, but it was a tie ball game in the bottom of the 6th, and that's when Roseburg gives it up yet again. 1-2 pitch again to Mandera. He fouls off another one. That ball out of play. Bouncing off to our side here on the gravel area behind us. I wanted to say parking lot, but not many people really park in that area. A 1-2 count for Mandera yet again. Buchanan kicks and fires. Back up the middle, and the game-tying run on base for Roseburg as Mandera gets his first hit of the game in a big moment. Leads off the 7th inning with a single right back through the box. Hard ground ball off the mound and into center field. Buchanan working out of the stretch on every pitch. Kicked and fired that one in, and then had to kick his foot out of the way as he planted, and that ball came right back by him. So Mandera gets on with a leadoff single. Jet Black will hit next. 0 for 3 today for Jet. Big moment for him to try and come up with that first hit of the game, and that one inside almost got him. Does not, though. 1-0 count. Jet came into today batting .261. Hit his first home run of the season against South Eugene on Saturday as a throw over to first base, well behind. Zach goes diving in. Jet with 5 extra base hits this year. Could use to pick one up here. They shade him as a pull hitter. Swings through on the 1-0 pitch. It seems like it'd be tough to get one out here today at Jim Maccabee Field in North Medford. Unless the the wind is blowing out to left, but right now it's not. There's another breaking ball, swing and a miss for Jet, gives him a 1-2 count. Now it's time to protect on the 1-2 pitch coming up. Buchanan's 1-2 delivery, Mandera on at first. Jet takes strike 3 on the inside corner. Jet goes down with his second strikeout of the game. And for Buchanan, that's his 4th in a relief appearance. 1 away. Roseburg trying to stay out of a double play here now. Jonathan Stone will bat next. He is 0 for 1. He has walked twice, and he takes ball 1 to lead off his at-bat. Buchanan has faced Stone twice. Struck him out once and walked him once as he steps off the mound and wants a fresh baseball. Roseburg trying to stave off another loss in conference play here. The 1-0 pitch to Stone. Outside for ball 2. Umpire's got a very forceful ball call. I thought it might have been a strike. Instead, it's off the outside edge. 2-0 count. Whew, that one looked like it was even further outside than the last one. It's taken for strike 1, though. 2 balls and a strike against Stone. 1 away. Mandera on at first after the leadoff single. Stone takes high and away for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. The game-tying run for Roseburg at first with 1 out. Waiting on deck is Jay Stoffel. The 3-1 for Stone. Strike 2. Outside corner. Takes it all the way. That was good placement on that pitch there by Buchanan. Not an easy one to go after, and it had to be perfect for Stone. Now the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That one gets by. Stone headed down to first, but he's not going to be able to get on. with a man at first, but Mandera does go to second on the pass ball. Stone swings and misses for out number 2. And so Roseburg down to their final out here. Mandera in scoring position, though, for Jay Stoffel. Stoffel did strike out against Buchanan in the 5th. He also had an RBI single in the 3rd against him. Stoffel comes into the at-bat 2 for 3 with 3 RBI, looking to pick up a 4th here and extend the game to the bottom of the 7th. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. Stoffel the DH today, so he's only been working on his hitting. The 0-1 count. Buchanan taking his time. Time called before the pitch. Stoffel not liking how long it was taking to get the 0-1 pitch. North Medford looking for a big win against Roseburg. The 0-1 pitch. Pulled towards third. Foul ball just behind the bag. Carpenter had it, but had a long throw to try and get Stoffel at first. And so that'll be strike 2 on a foul ball down the third base line. That one bouncing down the line. Had a chance, almost stayed fair. No balls, 2 strikes against Stoffel. Roseburg down to their final strike. Unless Stoffel gets on. The 0-2 pitch from Buchanan. Lined into right field. Mandera heading to third. They're going to send him around to the plate. The throw is cut off. It's not in time, and we're tied at 6 here in the top of the 7th. Stoffel picks up his 4th RBI of the day. Drives in Mandera from second with a 2-out single, and we're knotted at 6, and Roseburg keeps the game going. At least for the bottom of the 7th, we could face extras if the Indians can keep it tied, or they could come back still and take the lead here in the top of the 7th and possibly finish it off in the bottom. Opposite field line drive there for Jay Stoffel to drive in Mandera. First pitch, a strike now against Mason Littlefield. Littlefield is 0 for 2, walked his last time up. Ground ball bounder out to short. Baptiste will take it to the bag himself, forcing out Stoffel at second. But a 2-out single by Jay Stoffel will get Roseburg the game-tying run, and we'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Indians able to force another half inning defensively. We'll see if they can force it into extras now as Austin Anderson back on the mound for the bottom of the 7th. Tied at 6 as we head to the final frame for North Medford at the plate on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Roseburg comes through with the clutch hit they've been looking for a little while. Jay Stoffel scoring Zach Mandera as we now go to the bottom of the 7th inning, tied at 6 as Roseburg keeps the game going. At the plate, it's the pitcher, Brady Buchanan. Buchanan is 2 for 3 on the day, but he fouls off the first pitch he sees. Buchanan, a left-handed batter, right-handed thrower. The 0-1 from Austin Anderson is a swing and a miss for strike 2. Buchanan pair of singles in this game. Last time up, though, comebacker to the mound against Austin Anderson for the final out in the 4th. Fouls off the pitch to stay alive. That 4th inning, when North Medford rallied back to score 3 times to tie the game, Buchanan was hitting with 2 outs and runners on in scoring position, but he couldn't bring them around as he first batter to face off against Anderson had the comebacker right to the mound. He fouled off another one. He's been making contact against Anderson, hasn't been able to put it in play yet. Stands back in with an 0-2 count. Righty versus lefty matchup here. 6 sets up outside. Anderson delivers. That one was over the plate, in the air to left field. Long run for Littlefield into foul territory, and he'll run out of room as that one hits off the dirt and out of play. And Littlefield will run back to his position out there and left. Stays an 0-2 count here for Buchanan. Anderson winds and fires. Ground ball to second. It's Van Norman, throw to first. Got him! Van Norman knocked it down. Didn't field it cleanly, but he stays with it, able to get it there just in time to get Buchanan, to the chagrin of the home fans here at Jim McAbee Field. 1 away. One down, and it'll be Jet Carpenter to bat next. 0 for 2 in the game. An RBI on a sac fly in the first. And he swings through for strike 1 against Anderson. Jet Black was warming up in the bullpen earlier. So if Roseburg needs to go with a move, and I would imagine they go to Jet, as Anderson fires an off-speed pitch, gets another swing and a miss. Wind blowing out to across the left field line from right to left. It's a pitch in the dirt, knocked down by 6. So blowing in from right field and across that third base line. Stepping back in, a 1-2 count here for Jet Carpenter. Bottom of the 7th, tied at 6. That pitch just misses for ball 2. Not by much. The 2-2 delivery for Anderson. Off speed, and he can't get him to chase. Count will go to full for Jet Carpenter. One of 3 Jets that I know of in the Southwest Conference. Full count pitch, Anderson outside for ball 4. Puts the game-winning run on at first with 1 away. Tavin Passy, the catcher, will bat. 1 for 3 today. Left-handed batter. Roseburg looking to roll one over. And they are going to make a change at first base for Carpenter on the runner. I believe they're putting in Nick Samudio out there. Thought I heard 3 for 15. Can't see his number out there. Yeah. Thank you very much. So Samudio will take over at first. They try to put some speed on the bases. First pitch from Anderson's outside for ball 1 against Passy. Grounded out to short his last time up. Anderson 1-0 delivery. Samudio, nice lead at first. Not running. Pitch is high. Little cat and mouse going on here. Is out to the mound. Will go Spencer 6. Roseburg baseball here on 1490 The Score, brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Their travel experts for your travel plans, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or give them a call at 672-5701. Excuse me, 672-5701. That's Flyaway Travel. I can read sometimes. The 2-0 pitch is in for a strike. Two balls and 1 strike for Tavin Passy, the catcher. Runner going, pitch high, throw down to second. No, they're not going to give it to him. The throw was high, but it beat the runner by plenty. With a long way to go on the tag for Johnson, and the umpire says that the pinch runner, Samudio, was able to get there in time underneath the tag. And out to have a conversation is Coach Tim Sester. That puts a game-winning run in scoring position. Coach Sester not happy with the call. That throw beat him by a mile. But the throw too high from 6. And that made it a long way to go on the tag for Caden Johnson. (3-1) count at the plate for Passy. Samudio out at second. In scoring position with the game tied at 6, bottom of the 7th. 3-1 from Anderson is high for ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Anderson. And again, they'll bring in another pinch runner. Looked like that was Tyler Dunleavy, sophomore, taking over at first. So Roseburg with runners at first and second having to defend that, needing a ground ball here to try and get out of the 7th inning with the game tied at 6. North Medford putting the pressure on. Ryan Kluk will bat here, 2 for 3 in the game. First pitch from Anderson is a strike on the inside corner. The 0-1 count. Game-winning run at second. The 0-1 fouled off. Kluk hitting that off the front of his own foot there, or leg. He is doubled over in a little bit of pain. And he will try to walk that one off. Might hit it off his knee or off his ankle. Did not quite get a good look at it. There is some action in the bullpen right now for Roseburg. That's Zymet out there getting loose. I imagine that he would re-enter the game for Austin Anderson so that Jet Black could go to the mound, and then Zymet will take over in the outfield. That is if Roseburg would make a pitching change. The unfortunate thing about that process would be that that would bring Jay Stoffel out of the game unless they put him in somewhere else. That'd bring Stoffel out of the game, the DH. Actually, I don't think they could bring him in somewhere else. The DH has been hitting really well. After a bit of a break in the action for the injury, back to the plate will go Kluk. Roseburg Baseball also brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg, and by our friends at Fisher's Hearth and Home. 2 strikes now against Kluk with 1 out and runners at first and second for North Medford. Anderson trying to get the second out. He delivers the 0-2. It's pulled third base side. Foul ball back behind third for Zach Mandera. He was able to field it, but that ball just foul, much like the ball that I believe it was Mandera hit in the top half of this 7th inning. Stays an 0-2 count now for Kluk, who still seems to be in a little bit of pain after fouling that ball off his leg. 0-2 pitch for Anderson yet again, wind whipping around. He fires the off-speed, got him swinging, and a big strikeout there for Anderson. It's a More Well Drilling strikeout. Don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust More Well Drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Give them a call at 541-459-4039. So 2 down now. And it'll be Devin Grafton to bat. Grafton is 0 for 3 as he swings through for strike 1. Anderson trying to get Roseburg through the 7th and send it to extras here in this Southwest Conference matchup. Anderson delivers the pitch outside. 6 knocking it down, actually gloving that one with the backhand. That pitch was well outside. One pitch here for Anderson. Johnson holding on the runner at second. Ooh, the pitch was low inside for ball 2. That did not miss by a lot. Two balls and a strike now for Anderson. Working against Grafton. Swing and a miss on another breaking ball. 2-2 count, needing one more here now for Anderson. Runners at first and second with 2 down for North Medford. Anderson, big moment for the transfer from Glide. A ball in the air. That is shallow. Calling for it is Van Norman, and the second baseman has it back behind first to retire the side, and we're headed to extras. Roseburg and North Medford tied at 6 as we head to the top of the 8th inning on CBS Sports Radio, 1490, The Score.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
First extra inning game of the season for the Roseburg Indians. They will go to the top of the 8th inning, tied at 6 against North Medford here at Jim McAbee Field today. Joey Keyran with you. Josh Nelson here helping out with video production. Back in the studio, Cruz Ibanez getting some overtime as he runs the radio side of things as well. It'll be Luke Van Norman to lead things off for Roseburg here in the top of the 8th, facing off against Brady Buchanan. Van Norman is 2 for 3 today. Actually make it 2 for 2 today for Van Norman as he takes inside for ball 2. Van Norman with a pair of singles and a sac bunt. Still facing Brady Buchanan on the mound. He came in the 3rd inning. He's pitched 5 innings of relief as he gets a 2-0 count and makes it a strike on the outside edge for 2-1. You got Van Norman 6 and Johnson due up. Roseburg and North Medford tied at 6 here in the top of the 8th inning. The 2-1 to Van Norman, strike outside corner. Roseburg scored 3 in the top of the 1st. North Medford rallied back with 1. Roseburg added 2 in the top of the 3rd, 1 in the bottom of the 3rd for North Medford. It was 5-2 after 3 innings of play as a ball in the dirt. Van Norman holds off for a full count. But North Medford tied the game up in the bottom of the 4th with 3 runs against Garrett Zymet. And that tied us at 5-all. And then North would take the lead in the bottom of the 6th as Van Norman swings through on the full count pitch for strike 3. 5th strikeout of the game for Buchanan. 1 away. Top of the order here, Spencer Six will bat. Intentionally walked his last time up. The run in the bottom of the 6th for North Medford gave them a 6-5 lead over Roseburg, and then Roseburg tied it in the top of the 7th with 2 outs on an RBI single by Jay Stoffel. That keeps the game alive for the Indians. And that has put us into extra innings. A 1-0 count here for Spencer Six. 1 for 3 today. He takes high for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes against Six. The left-handed batter, second straight for Roseburg against the righty Buchanan. That pitch inside at the knees, misses for a 3-0 count. They intentionally walked Six the last time. He could earn an unintentional walk here. The 3-0 pitch for Spencer. Taking all the way, I imagine. And he takes for ball 4. So Buchanan will walk the go-ahead run. With 1 out, Roseburg. will have the top of their order coming through here, trying to put a run on the board and see if they can get this done here in the 8th. Buchanan will step off before the first pitch to Caden Johnson. Throw over to first base, but well behind as Six gets back in safely. First pitch of the at-bat for Caden Johnson, taken for a called strike. Johnson is 1 for 4 today. Single in the first inning on a sacrifice bunt attempt. He was able to beat out the throw. His 0-1 pitch popped up in the air, back behind home. The wind circling that around, but Devin Grafton will get underneath it, making the catch for the second out. That one caught in fair territory. Looked like it was for sure headed foul, but stays on the infield dirt. 2 down, Spencer Six still at first, and Doran Gillespie will bat. Gillespie 1 for 3 today. Buchanan trying to get through the top of the 8th quickly. Breaking ball out in front of it. Gillespie fouls it off. Doran needed to sit back on that breaking ball just a bit as Buchanan had him out in front on it. Just got a piece of it. No balls, 1 strike now. Buchanan out of the stretch. Off speed again. He jammed him off the hands. That one on the infield. Everybody coming at it. It's the shortstop Baptiste falling as he leans in to make the grab. And the pop-up on the infield will wrap things up for Roseburg. The Indians leave a man stranded at first after the 1-out walk to Spencer Six. They can't do anything with it, and we'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Roseburg still tied with North Medford at 6 as we head to the bottom of the 8th here on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
6-6 game as we go to the bottom of the 8th into extra innings. Roseburg baseball here on The Score, brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Still Austin Anderson out on the mound for Roseburg. Anderson came in the 4th. He's now thrown 3 1/3 innings of relief for Garrett Zimet. The starting pitcher didn't make it out of that 4th inning. Tied at 6 now, and it'll be the 9-1-2 hitters due up for North Medford. Cody Bourgine, the leadoff man, left fielder, will start in. He was the starting pitcher for North Medford. He didn't last very long either as he tries to lay down a bunt and fouls it away. A drag bunt down that first base line. He couldn't get it into fair territory. Bourgine is 0 for 3 in the ballgame. He was the starting pitcher but only lasted 2 innings before coming out of the game for Brady Buchanan, who has gone the following 6 and done very well for North Medford. A pitch high for Anderson, a 1-1 count. Austin Anderson, this is his longest bit of action, I should say. He had just 7 1/3 innings of work, make it 7 2/3 of innings of work coming into this matchup. So he gets a strike on the outside corner, a 1-2 count now for Bourgine. So 3 1/3 innings work so far. He's almost thrown half as many innings here today as he had all season. The 1-2 golfed it up in the air to left field for Bourgine. Littlefield makes the squeeze for out number 1. 1 away, top of the order coming up for North. And this is where Roseburg has had issues. They're able to get the leadoff out, feel like they're moving in the right direction in an inning, and then they kind of struggle to continue that momentum. Anderson out of the windup against the righty Baptiste. He squares the bunt, third base side. It'll roll foul, and knocking it in foul territory, Zach Mandera will make sure it stays foul. Baptiste trying to show off the wheels down the baseline with a drag bunt of his own. North Medford, a team that coming into the season figured they were going to have to try and use some small ball to manufacture runs throughout the year. They've played in a lot of close games this season. They're on a 5-game losing streak, but in those 4 of those 5 losses have come by 2 runs or less. It's an 0-1 pitch. Reach for it. Tap back to the mound. Anderson will field and throws to Stone to retire the second batter. 1-3 the put out. 2 down. So 2 down, and now it's Jeremiah Huffman, the second baseman. Huffman is 0 for 1 today. He's been hit by a pitch, sack bunt twice, and he flew out to second base. First pitch, fastball just carries a bit too far outside. The 1-0 pitch, strike this time on the outside corner. For Roseburg, if they can, we'll look at that in a moment here. 1-1 count. Out of the windup for Anderson, squaring to bunt. Did he offer? No. Man, it sure looked like he might have offered at that. Huffman pulling it back, taking for ball 2. And now he drops his bat and he's walking, cradling his right arm, it looks like. Coach Wolf lets him be as he walks back to the bat that he had dropped in the grass just behind home, the apron. And it looks like Huffman will continue the at-bat. Sun shining, heading towards the hills out beyond right field. Huffman gets underneath one to right field, coming in. On the run, dropped it. Gillespie will pick it up. That ball knocked down in the wind, and Gillespie dropping it. I think he thought, well, I mean, it was a routine fly ball to right field, but I think he thought that one was going to carry a little bit further, and that one just pops right out of his glove as he had to make a bit of a late run to try and get underneath it. That one taking its time to come back down, and not as deep as Gillespie thought, and he's kicking himself out there, walking around trying to shake it off. And that is probably the conversation being had on the mound by Coach Richie Charles right now with Austin Anderson, trying to make sure that the error doesn't come back to affect Roseburg more and make sure they're ready to go with the situation the way it is. So 1 on, 2 down, tied at 6 in the bottom of the 8th. Extra innings here. North Medford trying to take 1 out of 3 against Roseburg this season. They did so last year in kind of similar fashion, came back to steal 1 against Roseburg, avoiding the sweep. And they are trying to steal 1 late here against Roseburg again and take 1 out of the 3. Anderson on the mound. First pitch of the at-bat to Ryan Sandoval is taken for a called strike. 1 on the error, 4th of the game for Roseburg. Sandoval at the plate, 1 for 3 in the game. Puts that one high in the air. It's out to right field. Long run out there. It's Van Norman, the second baseman, and he will make the grab for the final out. And that'll avoid any damage on the error for Roseburg as they leave 1 man stranded on base for North Medford. And that finishes off the 8th inning as we continue on in extras. In the bottom of the 8th, no runs on no hits, 1 Roseburg error, 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the 9th inning. It was scheduled 7-inning contest. We continue with more extra inning baseball here on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Still Brady Buchanan on the mound for North Medford as he will face Zach Mandera to lead things off here in the top of the 9th. Zach rolls one. It's cut off by the third baseman. Not in time to first. Third baseman Jed Carpenter cutting off, stepping right in front of Baptiste at short. His momentum taken in the right way, made the throw, but it's not in time. That ball just a worm burner through the infield grass. Took a long time to get there to short, and the throw not in time as Mandera will get his second hit of the game and gets a leadoff single for Roseburg here in the top of the 9th inning against Buchanan. Second hit against Buchanan as well. And it'll be Jet Black to step in next. Jet 0 for 4 in the game. Throw over to first to check on Mandera. Jet will square to bunt here, trying to move Mandera into scoring position. He offers and got a piece of it, and that ball fouled off. 0-1 count now for Jet Black. Struck out twice. He's grounded out once and flown out once. Six ball game, top of the 9th. Roseburg trying to get a run across and take a lead. Squaring to bunt again. Jet puts it down first base side. Buchanan will field it, throws to first. He gets the out there. Mandera up to second on the sac bunt. Mandera has scored the game-tying run in the 7th inning on a 2-out single by Jay Stoffel. And so they put him into scoring position again with 1 out, and they hope that they can bring Mandera around again. 1 out. Mandera at second. Batting is Jonathan Stone. And they're going to intentionally walk Stone. Stone has just made his return from injury and has not had a lot of action this season, obviously, because of that. But they find that he's a little too dangerous to put at the plate at that point in time. Although they are going to make their way to Jay Stoffel, they do create an automatic double play opportunity. They can now roll it up the middle or maybe go 3rd to 1. Options are there now to try and get a double play to end the top of the 9th. And Jay Stoffel takes a strike on a breaking ball. He was trying to time it up, got the hands moving, but didn't really swing. It was a check swing for sure. That one cutting through the bottom of the strike zone for a called strike. Stoffel, 3 for 4 in the game with 4 RBIs. He swings and misses at another breaking ball. 3 singles in this one for Stoffel. But he drove in the game-tying run in the 7th to keep Roseburg in this one. Now he's trying to drive in Mandera for a second time and give Roseburg a lead. He's got an 0-2 count to work with here from Buchanan. Brady delivers. That ball fouled off by Stoffel. So Stoffel will have another look at it. One away, Mandera at second, Stone at first. Roseburg in a tie ball game, 6-6, top of the 9th inning. Buchanan checking second, will kick and fire to the plate. Got him handcuffed it and fouled back into the netting. Stays an 0-2 count. Waiting on deck for the Indians, Mason Littlefield. 0-2 count, yet again. Ground ball too short, could be two. That's what they were looking for. They go to second for one. The throw to first is offline. It gets by. Mandera breaking for the plate. He's going to come in to score as the ball goes out of play, and that'll get Roseburg in front. And out at second base, are they going to call interference here? Stone was going into the bag at second, and you've got the second baseman, Huffman, on the ground trying to plead for a call. I was not looking. I was looking at the relay throw. And out to plead a case here is Wolf. So I cannot give you a true opinion on whether or not it should have been called. But Stone at 6'7", obviously a big guy to try and throw around, trying to get the double play, and they are not going to turn over the call. And so that'll give Roseburg the lead on the throwing error as they tried to turn two to finish off the top of the ninth. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Stoffel. They get Stone at second. Mandera safe at third. But then Mandera scoring on the throwing error by Huffman is what it'll get credited as. Stoffel went up to second on that same throwing error. So Roseburg takes a 7-6 lead here with 2 outs in the top of the ninth, and the first pitch low and inside to Mason Littlefield from Brady Buchanan. Two down. Strike across against Littlefield. Mason Littlefield 0 for 3 in the ballgame. Time called for a brief moment. Out at second base, Jay Stoffel. Roseburg with 1 run in so far. Mandera scoring on the error. Littlefield at the plate, trying to add to it. He'll put one right side. It gets through into right field. They've got Stoffel rounding third. He's headed for the plate. The throw, not in time. It gets by. Littlefield goes up to second, and they're going to hold him there. He wasn't looking for the sign to go to third anyways, and Stoffel comes in to score on the base hit by Mason Littlefield. First hit of the game for Littlefield comes here in the ninth inning as Roseburg's added 2 runs now on top, 8-6. And out to the mound will go Brett Wolf to talk. The coaching staff here for North Medford out there to have a conversation with the entire infield. 8-6 the score, 2 runs in here in the top of the ninth inning. Roseburg baseball brought to you by Bi-Mart. Score big at Bi-Mart where you can get ready for your season for less. It'll be Luke Van Norman to come up to hit next for Roseburg. Single to right field for Littlefield. Drives in Stoffel. Littlefield taking second on the throw. No error in that play with the overthrow because Littlefield was already heading to second, so the overthrow doesn't come back to factor into anything. So Roseburg continues a 2-out rally here in the ninth. Have a man at second base yet again. An error, throwing error, has helped extend the inning. On a controversial play at second base, the home crowd, of course, wanting a runner's interference on a double play attempt. They did not get the call from the umpires. Littlefield, Van Norman, the lefty. First pitch swinging, lines it past a diving first baseman into right field, and it's misplayed out in right field. And coming in to score is Littlefield. Back to first goes Van Norman, and Roseburg adds a 3rd run here in the ninth. A single for Van Norman. Littlefield came around to score on the misplay in right field. And Roseburg now with 3 runs in the ninth against Buchanan, and that is going to do it for Brady in this one. He had a heck of a relief appearance, had allowed just 1 run over 6 innings of work, but here in the ninth, Roseburg finally getting against him, and that'll probably do it for Buchanan. Out to the mound goes Brett Wolf to have a conversation. Single to right field for Van Norman, and then the error in right field by Kluk. Bobbled it, and once the ball got to him, allowed Littlefield to come around to score. 2 errors here in the ninth inning for North Medford, and Roseburg's been able to use that to 3 runs and they take a 9-6 lead in the top of the ninth. New man on the mound. It's another lefty for North Medford. We'll tell you all about it when we return after this pitching change presented by Shelby and Migulanda Construction. Visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Roseburg in front, 9-6 in the top of the ninth after a pitching change on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
New pitcher on the mound for North Medford will be the lefty, Dunleavy. That is Tyler Dunleavy, the sophomore. Dunleavy will take over for Buchanan, who comes out of the game. We'll get you his numbers here in a moment. Buchanan 6 2/3 innings worked. But he's on the hook for the loss at the moment as Spencer Six will bat yet again in extras. In the 8th inning, he drew a walk but was left stranded at first. He takes the first pitch for a strike from Dunleavy. He bats here with Van Norman over at first, who goes back to the bag after a step off by Dunleavy. 6 2/3 innings, 7 hits allowed by Buchanan. Right now he's credited with 4 runs, 3 earned, but he could be adding another if Van Norman comes around to score. 6 fouls off a pitch to go to 0-2. 5 walks, 6 strikeouts for Buchanan to finish out his line. So he would be the losing pitcher of record for Roseburg as of right now. Or, excuse me, for North Medford. 0-2 pitch coming up for Six. Dunleavy delivers. Outside, not missing by much. Dunleavy pitched for South Medford, but he's got full availability today. Versus Roseburg, he threw 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. He gets a pop fly to center field from Six. Sandoval drifting back into some shadows will make the catch to retire the side. So Dunleavy gets North Medford out of it, but damage done by Roseburg. They scored 3 times in the top of the 9th inning, and now they've got the lead, looking to hold on as we go to the bottom of the 9th. 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 North Medford errors, 1 man left on base. We go to the 9th inning, bottom of the 9th, Roseburg with Austin Anderson on the mound trying to close it out on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Wait, what? We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It'll be Brady Buchanan to lead things off, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure how this is working out. I thought I saw number 3 out there swinging, but I might have misread a number. It'll be Brady Buchanan batting here. He was the pitcher. Then they had Dunleavy come in for him, but apparently he stays in the game here. So it'll be Buchanan out there against Anderson. It's a strike 1 on the first pitch in the dirt, and it'll go to a 1-1 count. I got a feeling my scorebook's going to be a little wonky here. 1-1 pitch coming up for Anderson. That's my own problem. He hits it sharply to first. It goes off the glove for Stone. He'll track it down, but won't be able to make a play on it. That'll be an error at first base by Stone. Stone, first game back, having some struggles on the defensive side there, but kept it on the infield, doesn't allow extra bases. Buchanan on at first. Jed Carpenter batting now, the third baseman. Takes low for a strike. So the starting pitcher, or not the starting pitcher, the pitcher of record out on the mound, Tyler Dunleavy. I'm not sure where he goes in the lineup. Unless they entered Buchanan back in. Look out. If you had a glove, you could have made that catch there, Josh. They must have entered Buchanan back in for Dunleavy to hit. Ground ball, chopper to third. They go to second. No! Mandera throws it into right field. And that'll be another error for Roseburg. Carpenter will get on with a fielder's choice. Into second base goes Buchanan. Nine to 6 our score. Roseburg in front here in the bottom of the 9th. Up to bat, the catcher Tavin Passy will take for a strike. Fouling it back. Oh, 0-2 count now for Passy. Gets this one in the air. Out to center field, backing up. Jet Black catches. The runner tagging, not going to go. The ball thrown away, and the runner is going to advance now. They both will. And that'll be an error that'll move both runners up. One away, 2 runners in scoring position. Roseburg up by 3. Some room, but they got to stop committing these errors. So that'll be an F8 off the bat of Passy for out number 1. Both runners move up, second and third now for North Medford. Just one out. Ryan Kluk will bat. First pitch of the at-bat here to Kluk. He takes for a strike. Kluk swings and misses at a breaking ball, 0-2 count.
All right, Ryan, you got this. Your pitch, bud.
0-2 count now for Ryan Kluk. Anderson trying to get the second out. That ball lined to left field. Littlefield out there makes the catch. He'll throw back in. Roseburg can be conservative. They don't need to worry about the run. Scoring will be Buchanan. Makes it 9-7. There's now 2 down. Fly ball, sac fly to left field. Scoring was Buchanan. Carpenter stays at second. So 2 down. Kluk driving in a run, but it's not enough as of yet. Game time run does come to the plate yet again. Devin Grafton will bat. He's 0 for 4. Anderson trying to get his first win of the season. Fires a strike on the inside corner. The 0-1 pitch now for Grafton. Last time up, flew out to second base. Anderson, fastball carries inside, a 1-1 count. Roseburg trying to pull off a comeback victory after leading 5-2 early on in the game. North Medford rallied back. Roseburg had to rally in the top of the 7th to tie it and force extras. And here in the 9th, they've scored 3 times. As a ball, nice job picked out of the dirt on the backhand by Spencer Six. That holds the runner out at second. The 2-1 pitch for Anderson. High for a 3-1 count. The junior, Austin Anderson on the mound. Trying to get that first win of the season. Needs 1 more out, a 3-1 pitch. That ball fouled back and the count will go full. Grafton at the plate. Devin Grafton trying to keep this game going. The 3-2 pitch coming up for the game. The pitch, that ball fouled a mile out of play. That one headed into the houses across the street. So we'll do it again, a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th, Roseburg leading 9-7. Anderson misses high for ball 4. That puts the game-tying run at first, the game-winning run coming to the plate in Cody Bourgine, the 9-hitter. First and second for North Medford, and now out to the mound will go pitching coach Richie Charles. And that might do it for Austin Anderson. He's up to 82 pitches. I think I might be off by a couple as I was trying to figure out the lineup for North Medford here in the 9th. He is up over 80 pitches, though, I would say for certain. If they make the change, I believe it would be Jet Black who would come in, and it would be a save opportunity, but they're going to leave him in. So Coach Charles not going to make the change just yet. Anderson getting a word of encouragement as Roseburg will not make the call to the pen. It'll be Cody Bourgine, who is 0 for 4 in the game. Batting here in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs. The lefty hitting with runners at first and second. The runner at first is the game-tying run. First pitch from Anderson is high for ball 1. Wind not blowing too hard at the moment. The 1-0 pitch is high and away again from Anderson, a 2-0 count. It is his longest outing of the season for Roseburg. 5 1/3 innings. Well, actually he's at 5 innings right now, looking for the 3rd out here in the 9th as he misses outside for a 3-0 count. Got to work one across here, otherwise he loads the bases and puts the game-winning run at first. A 3-0 pitch coming up. Anderson gets a strike across. Top of the strike zone, finds an edge, and extends the at-bat for one more pitch. Roseburg leading 9-7 here in the bottom of the ninth in extra innings. And they pitch too far inside for Anderson. He'll walk him, and that does put the game-winning run at first. Back-to-back walks issued by Anderson. I feel like he is running out of gas, and it looks like that will do it for the junior righty. They'll make the call to the pen, brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction, Douglas County's undisputed leader for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulana or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Jet Black will come in to try and get the save with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Roseburg leading 9-7. We'll come back after this 60-second break on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Jet Black will come in to try and close the door for Roseburg. They lead 9-7. Bases are loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth. Austin Anderson comes out. He is still in line for a win if Roseburg can close the door here. Jet Black enters into the game. 12 2/3 innings worked. He does have 1 save on the season, 1 win, 1 loss. He's got a 3.86 ERA. He gets the first pitch in for a called strike against Josh Baptiste, the leadoff man. Baptiste is 3 for 5 today. Takes a pitch outside in the dirt, knocked down by 6, holds the runners. 1-1 count. Doran Gillespie moves to center. Garrett Zimet re-enters the game, plays in right. The 1-1 line drive shot. It gets into right center. 1 run comes in. The game-tying run will score. The go-ahead run's at third. And Josh Baptiste will come through with a 2 RBI single. 2-run score, and we're tied at 9. First to third for Cody Bourgine, and North Medford back into this one. A line drive to shallow right center. Scores 2. And Bourgine up to third base, 90 feet away. The game-winning run. Tied at 9. Jet needs 1 more out to now force it to go to the 10th. Runners on the corners with 2 down. Jet delivers the first pitch for a strike on a fastball to Jeremiah Huffman. Huffman is 0 for 2 in the game. This is a game that nobody wants to give up on, apparently. Everybody's going to keep forcing this one on. 0-1 count for Jet Black against Huffman. Jets 0-1 pitch, squaring to bunt. Huffman pulls it back as he takes low for a 1-1 count. The count. 2 away. Bottom of the ninth. The game now tied again at 9-all in this battle between North Medford and Roseburg. Jet Black's 1-1 pitch. Runner going from first. Breaking ball low and inside. Roseburg will not will not really pay any attention to Baptiste out there. He takes second. The 2-1 pitch is low again for a 3-1 count. Bottom of the ninth inning, extra innings in this contest. Roseburg leading or tied now 9-9 after leading at 9-6 to start the inning. Oh, dangerous. He was squaring to bunt. He was offering the bunt. And the umpire gives a look to Spencer Six. He was offering the bunt. I mean, it's scary that he got hit, but he was squaring to bunt there. I mean, I feel bad for him getting hit there, but if you're offering at a pitch and you get hit, that's a strike. They're going to check down to first.
Seriously?
So that'll load him up on a hit by pitch. And has the fans a little riled up on a hit by pitch on a fastball. That one, it was a scary play for sure. Tie ball game, 9-all, bases loaded. The one that counts is at third, though. So Jet Black, who's come on in relief, will have to try and get Ryan Sandoval, the ninth hitter to the plate for North Medford here in the bottom of the ninth. And the first pitch is low for ball one. What a day at the ballpark here. This has been a wild one. Jet out of the windup, fires, gets a strike on the inside corner, evens it up at 1-1. One more out, and we go to the 10th. A run comes in, and North will win it in walk-off fashion. The 1-1, breaking ball for a called strike, gets it over, does Jet Black. One-two pitch, Jet quickly into his windup, fires in, it's fouled off by Sandoval, stays alive. One ball, two strikes. The pitch, that ball lifted high in the air out towards left field, going well foul. Got a lot of that one, just needed to straighten it out. So it'll be a 1-2 count still for Ryan Sandoval, who is 1 for 4 today. Trying to end it. The 1-2, line drive will do it. North Medford will come back to win 10-9 in a walk-off in the bottom of the ninth inning. And Roseburg will drop its third straight game on the road. I think they'll be looking forward to going home for a doubleheader against Grants Pass on Saturday after a tough stretch on the road. We'll come back with the wrap-up here. It's the Roseburg Disposal postgame show after this on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
At At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Welcome in to the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal at 673-7122. Roseburg falls on the road for a 3rd straight time against North Medford as the Black Tornado come back and win in extra innings. 10-9. Roseburg led 9-6 going to the bottom of the 9th, but North Medford rallies and scores 4 times to be able to come back for the win. Joey Kieran here with you. Welcome everybody in to tonight's broadcast to the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Another tough one for the Indians. They continue to just scrap, trying to find a way to get back into the win column. They cannot do so here tonight. And we look at the numbers here for you. 9 runs on 12 hits for Roseburg, 6 errors in the ball game though. And for North Medford, 10 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors in this contest for the Black Tornado. Getting the win tonight will be Tyler Dunleavy. He came in and only pitched 1/3 of an inning, but he was the pitcher of record when North Medford comes back, and so he gets the victory. On the other side, taking the loss for Roseburg is going to be Austin Anderson. All the runs that score in the 9th inning were to his credit, so he takes the loss. A blown save for Jet Black, who is on the mound pitching when North Medford comes back for the victory. 10-9 the final score. North Medford wins over Roseburg here tonight. The Indians will fall to 7-3 in conference play, 10-6 overall. North Medford improves to 9-10 on the season and 4-6 in conference play. Big win here at home for the Black Tornado. They avoid getting swept by Roseburg here in the 2019 season. We'll come back, we'll look at the numbers for you and recap this one, and before we head out on the road, heading home after a late night here in Medford tonight. I'm Joey Kieran. This is the Roseburg Disposal postgame show, back after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. Whoa, that helps. What was the score there? 8-7, okay. So who beat them? South or Grants Pass? Whoa.
And then South Medford is
12-2, South Medford over Sheldon. Huh? I'm not going to get that deep into scores. I want to go home. I also want to go pee. Well, a bit of a heartbreaker here tonight, yet again, for the Roseburg Indians as they fall 10-9 against the North Medford Black Tornado. Let's go ahead and look at how this one played out. Roseburg scores 3 in the top of the first, took a 3-0 lead. North Medford got 1 back in the bottom of the first. Roseburg added 2 more in the top of the third. North Medford would get 1, but the Indians were up 5-2. But North Medford struck in the bottom of the fourth, scoring 3 times in the fourth inning off of Roseburg starter Garrett Zymet, and it was tied at 5 after 4 innings of play. North Medford got a run across in the bottom of the 6th against Austin Anderson, and it tied it up, or it gave North Medford a 6-5 advantage. But in the top of the 7th, Roseburg would get 1 back on a 2-out single by Jay Stoffel that would score Zach Mandera for the game-tying run, and we were squared at 6 apiece going to extra innings. We went to the 9th inning. Roseburg scores 3 runs in the top of the 9th to take a 9-6 advantage, but they cannot hold off North Medford in the bottom of the 9th. The Black Tornado score 4 runs and come back for a 10-9 victory. Again, Garrett Zymet goes 3 2/3 to start the game. Austin Anderson pitched 5 innings in relief, gave up only 2 hits, but he's credited with 5 runs, 1 of them earned, 4 walks, and 1 strikeout on the day for Austin Anderson. But unfortunately, he takes the loss. Jet Black came in. He pitched, doesn't get credit for any innings of work. He gave up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, but he gets a blown save in the matchup. On the other side, it was Cody Bourgine that started out 2 innings, gave up 5 runs on 5 hits. Brady Buchanan came in, pitched 6 2/3 inning of relief, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. But in relief, it's Tyler Dunleavy. He pitched 1/3 of an inning, got a fly out to center field from Spencer Six, and that's good enough to get him the win as he comes on in relief and is the pitcher of record when North Medford comes back to score 4 runs and win it in the bottom of the 9th inning. So that is a look at the pitching numbers here today. We'll go through some of your offensive numbers in this one. We'll also name our South River Community Health Center player of the game. Taking a look at for Roseburg, they had 12 hits in this ball game. Spencer Six, 1 for 4, 1 for 5 for Caden Johnson. Dorian Gillespie, 1 for 4 with 2 runs and an RBI. 2 for 4 for Zach Mandera, 3 runs scored. Jay Stoffel goes 3 for 5 in the game, had 4 RBI and a run scored. Mason Littlefield 1 for 4 in the game with a run scored and an RBI, and 3 for 4 for Luke Van Norman in the 9th spot in the lineup. On the other side for North Medford, 4 for 6 for Josh Baptiste in the leadoff spot. Ryan Sandoval 2 for 5 with 2 RBI. Brady Buchanan goes 2 for 5 with an RBI. Jet Carpenter 0 for 3, run scored and had an RBI. Tavin Passy was 1 for 4. Ryan Kluk goes 2 for 4 in the game with an RBI. And that'll do it for the hits, 11 total for North Medford in the ball game. It's time now to name our South River Community Health Center player of the game. South River Community Health Center, providing primary medical care and behavioral health care for children, teens, and adults. Visit them online at south-river.org. Your South River Community Health Center player of the game, it's going to be Jay Stoffel. Mentioned his numbers just a minute ago. Stoffel goes 3 for 5 as the DH, had 1 run scored, had 4 RBI. Great day at the plate for Jay Stoffel, helping Roseburg stay in this one. Unfortunately, not enough for the Indians here today. Well, folks, that's going to do it for us here. We want to wrap up and get on the road and make sure that we don't hold anything up here from North Medford. So we will call it a night as Roseburg falls 10-9 in conference play. We should mention the JV team lost 10-9 in walk-off fashion as well, unfortunately. In the Southwest Conference, South Eugene actually lost tonight, so Roseburg could have been back in first place with a win, but they fall. So South Eugene losing to Grants Pass 8-7. South Medford defeating Sheldon 12-2. Roseburg softball losing tonight against North Medford as well. So tough night all around for Roseburg here this evening. Want to say thanks to the Black Tornado for hosting us here today. Want to say thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Troy Thompson, Assistant Coaches Tim Sestair and Richie Charles. And want to say thanks to the entire Roseburg baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Josh Nelson for help with the video production here on site today, and thanks to Cruz Ibanez back in the studio for the radio production tonight. And as always, thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, you. I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll talk to you guys on Saturday when Roseburg gets to head back home looking to break out of this funk. They'll host the Grants Pass Cavemen for a doubleheader. First game starting at 11 o'clock now on Saturday. Pre-game coverage will start at 10:45. You can catch the action streaming live online at 541radio.com or catch it right here on Douglas County's home for sports, CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. All right, thanks, Cruz. I got to run real quick.